All right, you guys have probably seen thousands of people talking about dropshipping online, how much money they make from it, how easy it is to start, but then when you look at it from an outside perspective, it's a lot more difficult than you actually think. There's a lot more moving pieces. I felt the exact same way that you did just 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I launched my first dropshipping store and then went on to build multiple 6 and 7 figure stores, one of them even hitting over 100,000 orders. So this is what they send you when you get it from Shopify. It's probably one of my better achievements in the space. You can see there 100,000 orders on it. It was a really surreal moment for me because I started dropshipping 6 years ago and I got it just about a year ago. So it was a great achievement to hit. And what I mean, I was in the same position as you guys right now watching a video like this. I was working at my 9-to-5 job. I did not want to do it. I wanted to quit and do something on my own. I stumbled across dropshipping. I started working on it. It did take a little bit of time, but it really paid off and it was definitely worth it. So in this video, I have essentially put together 6 years of knowledge in one video to show you guys exactly how to start a dropshipping store completely from scratch. We're going to use a free theme, so you don't have to pay anything for a theme, no fancy stuff like that. I'm going to make it very digestible for you guys. You can literally watch this video, go step by step, pause if you need to, but you'll have a finished complete store ready to run by the end of this. Now, enough with this intro here. Let me tell you about what dropshipping is if you're not fully sure yet on how it works. So dropshipping isn't actually a business model, it's a logistics model. So the way dropshipping works is you typically will start up a Shopify store, you'll put some products on there, run some advertisements, whether it's paid or organic, and you'll get traffic onto your store. They'll make a purchase from you, and then you'll send that order to your supplier, who then directly sends it to the customer. So you don't have to touch any of the inventory, you don't have to have holding inventory, no warehouse, nothing. And that's where the term dropshipping comes from, right? So you're dropshipping products, right? You're never touching it, it comes from the supplier. So that's how dropshipping works in a nutshell. And if this sounds like something you guys want to do, then stick with me through this video, follow along step by step. You're going to learn everything that you need to know to get your store up and running essentially today. And I'm going to give you a fair warning before we start this video. Dropshipping does take some time. It takes effort from you. You're not going to have a Lamborghini next week. That's just not how it works. Anything that's good in business takes time. So if you're willing to put in the effort, the time, if you can sit through this entire video, you already have a better chance than 90% of people out there trying. Trust me, after breaking even for 3.5 months, a lot of people would not do that with the attention span today. I see so many people quit after a week. The best thing I can tell you is never give up. Continue to learn about strategies, web design, product research, and other things like marketing angles. And if you can put your head down, take the time, you will succeed. So if this sounds like something you can do, you've got the attention span for this video, grab a notebook, grab your laptop, follow along, and let's get right into it. All right, guys, so the first step that we have to do in building out our full dropshipping store is finding a winning product. And I feel like this is one of the most struggled with areas as a beginner. One, because there's so many products out there. You can scroll on AliExpress for hours looking through products, and you also just don't know what niche to sell in. It just gets extremely overwhelming because you're like, I have to find the best product out there right now that no one else is selling, and it can advertise well, and it's like super engaging. And obviously as a beginner just trying out dropshipping, you don't want to spend a ton of money, so you really don't want your first test to be a failure. Obviously that's kind of tough to do. A lot of people fail a lot of times before finding that winning product, but I'm here to help you guys out with that process because I don't want you guys wasting weeks just looking for a product and then giving up or never trying anything at all, which is why I'm going to cover my winning product checklist. So I've got 4 different pillars in there explaining what I look for in a winning product. And to be fair, you don't have to have all of those pillars, or your product doesn't have to hit all of those pillars, but these are just things that I look for in a winning product, right? One I think is more important than the others. So we'll get into that in just a second. And so what we're going to do is cover the winning product checklist of how I look for winning products. We're going to find that product, and then we're going to actually build a store with this product. So let's get right into the checklist. This is the step-by-step winning product checklist created by me. So the first pillar on here is the wow factor. So a wow factor in a product needs to grab people's attention, right? So if you're selling a product that is something extremely boring, like a phone case, I don't know how on earth you could probably make an advertisement that would grab someone's attention with this phone case. It's just so plain boring, which is exactly why I bought it on Amazon and not from a dropshipping store. This product does not have a wow factor. And a wow factor doesn't necessarily mean that it's got to be the craziest product in the world that no one's ever seen before, that they're going to have to watch the video in full, or the image ad is like outstanding. That's not what that means. It just means that it needs to grab someone's attention. Can you shoot content of the product or take product photos in a unique way that grabs people's attention? Does it have the potential to grab someone's attention, right? So again, you don't have to go find a product that's like shooting lasers and everyone's like, whoa, like what is this product, right? It's more of the concept of, can you picture this product in a way that would grab people's attention, that would stop them from scrolling. We'll talk about that more later on when we're looking for the product. But the next pillar on the list is problem solving. A problem solving product does exactly that, right? So it solves a problem. Again, if you were selling this phone case, I guess technically it solves a problem, right? Like it solves my phone from breaking, but it's just a very common product that you can get anywhere. So selling products that don't solve problems is a lot harder, especially for a beginner, because you're gonna have to come up with some crazy marketing angles and crazy ad content to sell a product that does not solve a problem. I'm not saying it's not doable. You can definitely sell products that don't solve a problem, like technically luxury clothing. I guess any kind of clothing doesn't really solve a problem unless you don't have any clothes, but wearing clothes is very, very common and pretty accessible. So there's products like clothing that if you want to start a clothing brand, like, yeah, it's very possible to do, but just as a beginner, just getting into e-commerce or drop shipping, it's kind of tough to do. You're gonna have to have really good marketing skills or really good connections to kind of promote your product. So overall, it's easier to sell a product that just solves a problem, right? It doesn't have to be a crazy problem. It just has to be something that is enough of a problem that someone would want to purchase your product. I think that's pretty straightforward though. So let's move on to the next. And obviously, in my opinion, the most important pillar, which is marketing angles. So marketing angles is the way to advertise and position a product in a niche, but going one level deeper into a sub niche, right? It's a little bit harder to explain to a beginner in word form rather than just showing. So I have a great example of a marketing angle right here that we can cover, and I'll explain what they are. So this is Zima Dental. And if you've watched any of my videos before, I do talk about them a lot more lately because it's such a great product and great marketing angle and great business that it's just such an easy example. So if you don't know what it is, they sell this thing called the Dental Pod. So what this product is just a jewelry cleaner. Like, have you seen the like supersonic jewelry cleaners for like your watch, your rings that like supersonic vibrates and then releases all the dirt from them and then it's clean, right? So they had the idea of, let's take this product, slap on a different marketing angle that is for retainers and selling it to a completely different sub niche market, which is cleaning. So what's really interesting about marketing angles in general is if you have a very powerful one like this, you can completely change a way that the product is marketed and the demographic of people that purchase that product just by changing the marketing angle, which is why it's super cool. And another thing that they have that is pretty awesome is that this business model not only sells the dental pods, but they also sell the sterilizing tablets with these pods, right? So they're not only selling you the unit of the product itself, but they're also selling you a monthly subscription of cleaning pods for your retainer cleaner. It's a fantastic e-com business. And when I first saw an ad for it, I was like, this is absolutely genius. And that's how powerful marketing angles are. I hope that explains it a bit better of what a marketing angle represents. In summary, it's taking a product and slapping on a different way to promote and position that product to a certain demographic of audience that's not the typical set of audience. Not trying to complicate it anymore, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's obviously the most important. Going back to the checklist here though, the next pillar on the checklist is testimonial or UGC style clips. Now, why this is important is because if you are wanting to run TikTok, organic, or Instagram Reels, or you want to shoot your own content, either video or photo, having the product in hand and having your iPhone to be able to take that content is good enough, right? It's native to the platform. People post iPhone videos on TikTok 24/7. That's mainly what the content is. So having a product that you can order to your house makes it a lot easier to get content nonstop just from wherever you are. And yes, most products you can order to your house and take content of, but what I mean by this specifically is completely personal. You have to be able to order this product to your house and also film content with ease, right? So an example of something that wouldn't work is if you ordered a product that you wanted to drop ship that was for farmers, right? But you lived in New York City. You wouldn't be able to order this product for farmers and get content with it because you were not in the right location. It would be extremely hard to do. It'd be very time consuming. You would have to, take a train or go wherever out into the farmland to get this content. That just doesn't make sense. So this pillar is extremely individual to what you have access to. So when you're looking for your product, keep that in mind. Can I just order this to my house and film it? Do I have people to help me film it? Do I have the location and the type of area it needs to be in? If so, that's great. If not, I would definitely move on because you want to have that product in hand. All right, so those are my kind of checklists of what I look for in a winning product. Again, you don't need to have all of these, right? If I was going to rank them, marketing angles is the most important. Problem solving, I would say, is the second, and then the side two would be tied for third, in my opinion. So keep that in mind as you're looking for your own product. Now let's put this to the test. Let's go find our winning product that we're going to build our website on and see if we can validate most of these pillars. So the product research software that I like to use is Manea. I've been using them for years. And the reasons why I like to use Manea is because it consolidates so much information compared to AliExpress or other product research softwares. AliExpress, you are just scrolling aimlessly, trying to find products, and they have to like take a product that you kind of like. You have to like reverse image search it to find who's selling it on Google, and hopefully you find a dropshipping store. And then you have to look at their Facebook ad account or TikTok ad account and then see how they're advertising. And if you don't like it, then you just wasted all that time. So what's great about Monea is they do this all for you. Everything is consolidated. So you can look at top 10 winning products of the day by platform. So if you wanted to go and use TikTok organic, like that's all you want to do for advertising your product, you can just click on TikTok. That's a little flash scare there. And then you get the top 10 products of the day, obviously updated daily. And what you can do is like click on these and it gives you the details about the ad. So 384,000 views, so pretty good. You can also get the supplier here on Zendrop. You can see the exact ad post that you're seeing right here to see the engagement in the comments. And then you have the destination link, which is the link of the company that's selling the product. So if you're like, I like this product, I want to see how they're selling it, see what marketing angles they're using on their website, how they design their website. You want to use it basically for inspiration, then it's all there for you and you're good to go. You also have things like engagement, how long the ad's been running for. So it's been 22 days. This is their engagement. It just popped up instantly to 350K. And so this is why I like using it. They also have obviously other cool features like the success radar, magic search, which is like creative finder, competition research, all that stuff. You can also find influencers in any market if you're wanting to look for influencers to promote your product. Go in the product section, the shop section, the ad section. You can kind of find everything that you need right here and consolidates it. So let's actually find our product. Let's put the pillars to the test and see if we can come up with the product that we want to build our website with. Before we do that, if you like this software, I'll have a link down below in the description for you to try it out. All right, let's go on to Facebook first and we'll click on weekly winners. Definitely can't sell a gun on Facebook. I don't know how that's flying. That's 271,000. Oh, it's a holster. Got it. I just feel like I would get flagged on Facebook. Maybe not. What is this? This is, oh, it's just a cooling shirt. It's kind of a weird ad. It did make me stop and look at it, to be honest. This one is approved by veterinarians. Come on. It's just a playpen. Or I don't know if vets are really talking about that one. All right. Moving on to the next ones. Hot sauce. Interesting. Doesn't solve a problem, but hot sauce brands do well. So I eat my words there. I sell mainly in the beauty niche. So let's look at some beauty tools. This is a red light therapy or green light too. I like this product a lot. I think it hits a lot of the pillars. It's a pretty good product. It's in the beauty niche. A lot of people are having a lot of success with it. I'm gonna pin this one and just keep looking for a little bit. What is this? A hair curler? Beach Wave Co. Is it the like hair curling or is there like a spray that they're selling? I don't know. Moving on from that one. What is this? Another red light therapy. See, the red lights are just popping up everywhere. It is a good product to use. Like, it's a good example, especially to build out a store with. This is a face steamer and scrubber, or is this like a kit? Might be a kit. Gua Shas, fun fact, I sold a lot of these. Good product to sell. They were really cheap, so the margins were pretty decent, and they were really popular at the time. I think it was like maybe 2020, somewhere around there. But that was a pretty good product. What else we got here? Avocado curler. Hey, what is this one here? A face. Oh, it's like an electronic face shaver. I actually sold ones that were not electronic and disposable. That was a pretty good product too. The beauty niche is low key. Like it's low key, has a lot of good products that are always coming out. I do like this one actually. All right, I think I'm gonna go with, can we find like a different red light therapy one? Because I'm thinking of the company that we could make a good example of is Solo Wave. So, oh, it's right here. Here we go. Solo Wave. So this is like that little wand that's red light therapy, and it kind of like morphs to your face a little bit. I think this would make a good example website because we could use a lot of Solo Wave for inspiration because they are a massive brand that really just popped up out of nowhere. So I think this is a good product. Let's actually put it to the test though on the winning product checklist. Does it have a wow factor? I would say it has a somewhat of a wow factor. I don't think it's like crazy, but the light element to it, you could do it like in the dark, or I think you could get a little creative with it. I wouldn't say it has the craziest wow factor, to be honest. Maybe if people haven't seen it before, then it's kind of like, wow, this is a cool tool. Problem solving. Yeah, it clearly solves the problem. Obviously, there's a lot of skin conditions and cosmetic issues, I guess, that the product would solve. Very straightforward. I would say yes to that one. So marketing angles, yes. There's a lot of different ways you could take this product. I think it depends on what problem you're solving. So I think the more problems that you can come up with and do research on, I think you could have a lot of angles. Like having acne and helping with acne is pretty different than having wrinkles. Two different markets within the same kind of niche of skincare. One is obviously wrinkles is for an older generation and acne is for a younger generation. And then you could also do the middle, which would be preventing wrinkles, where that's like the in-between stage. So those are different marketing angles that you could take with this product that would hit completely different markets. So you could definitely test multiple different subsets of ages as marketing angles for this product. So I would say yes, and there's probably some other ways I haven't thought of yet. Testimonial or UGC style clips. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can order this product to your house and then as long as you have a face, you could essentially take content with it, right? I wonder if another good angle would be using this for men, because I feel like men's skincare is like a pretty untapped niche. Like not a lot of people talk about it. It's pretty dominated by women, but everyone wants good skin. So I feel like that's kind of low-key, a low-hanging fruit there. But bottom line, yes, testimonial style clips would be super easy to do from pretty much anywhere in the world. So that one hits it. Marketing angle is good. Problem solving, wow factor is the only one that's like a half a point there. But overall, I think it checks out for me. We're gonna go with this product. And plus, if you look at SoloWave's website, it just looks super legit. It's good for inspiration to look at how they're advertising, what their marketing angles are. I mean, they've been popping up. Apparently they're voted #1 skincare tool of 2023. Such a simple product, but such a large market and great amount of brandability for this product. All right, so one last thing I want to do to validate this product is see what the cost of goods sold is on the product and if the margin is enough. So I looked it up on Zendrop, which is our supplier that we're going to be using today and we'll be coming back to later. But I found the exact same one. It's not the exact same one, but it's very similar for $10.58. So it's $10.58 plus shipping of $6.54, total of $17.12. And on the SoloWave website, obviously they're a little bit more branded, which gives them that brand equity and kind of value there. They're selling theirs for $189. So that markup is quite a bit. All right, so what I'm gonna do is plug it into a unit economics calculator to see what our margin could potentially be. So if you get the product from Zendrop for $17.12, that's our initial cost of goods sold, but there's Shopify fees related to that as well. And maybe some like discounts and things like that that we wanna give. So let's just say it's around $25 just to be pretty safe. And they're selling theirs for $189. I do think that they give you an extra little serum thing as well that bumps up the price there. I think we could sell it from anywhere to $79 to like $99. So we're just gonna be on the safe side and say selling price is 79 bucks. That brings our margin to 54% and our break-even ROAS of 1.46. So if you don't know what a break-even ROAS is, it just means how much money that you have to generate from your ads based on what you spent to hit your break-even point covering the cost of your goods sold. So what this means is if I spent $100 on Facebook, I would need to get back $146 in revenue to break even. Selling 2 of these a day would give me revenue of about $160 and my break-even is $146. So I'd be profitable like 25 bucks or so at $100 a day in ad spend. So that's not too bad of a break even. Everything checks out here. So we're gonna move on to the next step, which is gonna be building out our store completely from scratch. All right guys, so now we found the product. We need to build out our website completely from scratch. I really recommend you guys follow along step by step in this. Maybe open up your own shop right now just to get the structure going. You don't have to upload the product necessarily if you don't know which one you're gonna do yet, but it's a good idea to follow this along like very closely. That way you can just knock it out right now and add your product later if you need to. Or if you're ready to roll and you have your product already, or you're copying my product, then you're all set and you'll be done in no time. So the first thing that we obviously need to do is go on to Shopify and sign up for our account. So you can start your free trial on Shopify. I'll have a link down below in the description, which I highly recommend you use. Since I'm a partner with Shopify, they give you your first month for $1. After your first 3 days of your free trial, then it's only $1 for the first month. It's gonna save you guys a lot of money. It'll save you like 40 bucks. So you might as well use that. And that's just thanks to Shopify. So once you hit start your free trial or click on the link down below, start your free trial, you're gonna be taken to this questionnaire. We're gonna go ahead and hit skip all because we don't need to answer that information. And then now we're gonna select where our business is located. I am located in the United States, so that's what I'll be choosing. If you're not, then choose the country that you're in. Go ahead and hit next. Now we need to create our Shopify account. I'm gonna be signing up with email. All right, so we're just gonna plug in our email and our password and then hit create Shopify account. And then this will start on the back end building your store, basically setting up your full account. It takes like 2 seconds. All right, now we're in the back end of Shopify. I'm gonna explain a lot of this while we're building out the store of what everything does and what everything means. But before we do that, we're gonna do the Shopify settings that a lot of people skip over. So we're gonna cover those. And then also you wanna select a plan first if you wanna claim that $1 trial, right? Otherwise you can't launch your store if you're not on a Shopify plan. So I recommend doing that now. And to do that, I just recommend using the basic Shopify plan. We don't have to go to the Shopify Advanced or Plus. Definitely don't wanna be spending $2,300 a month on the Shopify Plus. And then for Shopify Regular and Advanced, I get a lot of questions about that. Which one should you use? In the beginning, you really just need the basic. Once you start passing a lot of orders, I'm talking like 100 to 300 orders a day, then you would consider going to the Shopify and the advanced plans because you get lower credit card rates and things like that. So you'd save money over time and it's definitely worth it then. But if you're just starting out with a brand new store, the basic plan is all you need and it's the cheapest. So you just hit select basic, plug in your card info, and then sign up for that plan to claim that $1 free trial, which I highly recommend doing right now if you're sticking with Shopify and you're wanting to continue. So now here's our back end, and what we're going to do first is cover all of the Shopify settings. So they're super important. Not a lot of people talk about them. I'm going to go through all of these settings so you guys don't miss anything. Everything is set up correctly. It's going to be a lot easier than doing it on your own because I've done this a million times. So the first setting that we have is the general section, where it's gonna have your store details. It just says my store and your billing address. We haven't plugged that in yet. So it'll actually auto-populate though once you plug in your billing address for your Shopify plan. And also once you name your store, like you get a domain and everything like that, then your my store will actually change as well. So right now we just need to leave that blank. For the store defaults here, we went with the Imperial system because we're in the United States. We're gonna do pound as well. My time zone is in Arizona. Obviously just switch this to whatever you guys are in and whatever currency that you want to be selling in. Order ID, we don't have to change anything here. This is your order ID. It'll appear as 1001 first as the first order, then 2, 3, 4, and so on. Doesn't really matter or do anything. Order processing, don't fulfill any of the order line items automatically. We want to leave that on. I will explain that later when we go over fulfillment and how to actually fulfill your orders. Brand assets, you can plug in different colorways, assets, themes, pictures, all that stuff. We don't need to do that right now. We're going to be building this from scratch, so we don't even have brand assets right now. So we're going to leave that blank. Everything else is just resources, doesn't matter. Shopify plan we just covered. We chose the basic Shopify plan. So this is your billing cycle. It just basically says how much you're getting charged from Shopify per month. Keep track of this because when you do scale up your store and you're making a lot of sales, you'll actually see how much they charge on Shopify fees. It's ridiculous. I spent over $100,000 on Shopify fees. So it gets pretty expensive. That's when you want to upgrade to the next plan. But at the moment, doesn't really matter. We don't even have a bill or anything or any sales yet. Users and permissions is where you can add staff accounts. You can't add any staff accounts now on the basic plan. They changed that. It's not a big deal though, unless you're working with someone else. But even then, if you have like a partner in your business and you're doing this with a friend or a sibling or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Just use the same email and log in with the same email. So you don't really need a staff account. Staff accounts are for people that work for you, or you like hire a third party to come in and help you with something. Then you'd kind of want to have a staff account so they don't access all of your stuff. So POS doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about that. Collaborators, this you can send a collaboration request, kind of like a staff account where a designer or a developer can come in and help with your store if you need that. This is the section to do that there. You just give them the code and they can log in. Login services, Google Apps doesn't really matter. Payments is pretty important. So we do want to set up our payments. So what you need to do first is complete your account setup. So you have to submit information about your business, turn on two-step authentication. You submit your details, you get approved. A lot of people also ask me, actually, I'll go back to that page. Hold on. A lot of people ask me about setting up your Shopify store. Do you need an LLC? Do you need a registered business? You do not. You can run a side hustle or a business through a sole proprietorship, right? You are just the sole proprietor of your business. You're self-employed. You do not need an LLC. It is very beneficial to get an LLC later on down the road once you start making sales. But in the beginning, do not worry about it. You are totally fine. All you need to do is plug in your own personal information here. Shopify will approve you, and then you just click activate Shopify payments after that. And you do have to have Shopify payments on. I guess you don't technically have to, but I really recommend it. It's their payment processor. So if you weren't able to activate Shopify payments, then you wouldn't get credit card processed payments to your store. You would have to check out through PayPal or somewhere else. So you get that set up, then you just put in your bank information, where you want to get paid out. Super safe, secure, so don't worry about it. It's through Shopify. Basically what it does, so when someone orders from your store store and let's say they pay you $50, then you get paid out the next day from Shopify. If you're in the United States, some countries, it takes a little bit longer. It's basically just direct deposit. So it's super nice to have, and it's their payment processing, and that's how they make a lot of their money. So that's what they do. Additional payment methods. I really recommend setting up PayPal. PayPal is very universal. It's really secure. A lot of people trust it. So when they see PayPal in your store, a lot of people check out with PayPal. So all you have to do is set up your account on PayPal. You just click complete. And then my connected account is my email right now. It depends on what PayPal account you have. If you have one already, use that one. If you don't, set up a new one, and then connect your account on PayPal, and it'll just be automatically linked onto your Shopify store. All right, moving on to checkout. So this is the checkout information, like the customer contact info and all that stuff. There are a couple things we need to change in here. So for customer contact method of what customer used to check out, phone number or email, I do email because I like collecting emails. People are way more hesitant to give out their phone number than an email. It's a bit easier to get conversions. You can show the link for customers to track the order. That's with Shop, that's totally fine. Require customer log in their account before checking out. No, you don't want customers have to create accounts. It's just kind of pointless unless you have like a subscription model. It's just another like friction point. Customer information we do need to change. So right now it's already defaulted at only require last name, but you want to do first and last name because a lot of order fulfillments and deliveries won't deliver if you don't have a first and last name. So this is why we're setting this up right now in the beginning, because I don't want you guys to miss any of this and forget and then something goes wrong. Company name we do not need to include. There's not really any point in that unless you're selling B2B. Address line 2 should be optional for like an apartment unit. Shipping address, phone number, do not include. You can have optional on there. I don't put required for sure because a lot of people don't like giving out their phone number. But the downfall of that is if we don't include, we won't collect phone numbers necessarily, which means we can't do SMS text marketing. I've never been the biggest fan of it. I know it does convert pretty decently, but it seems a lot more invasive. I just like shooting off emails and email marketing flows. So I'm gonna just hit not include in my opinion. So next we come down to the marketing options. So this is when they're checking out on your store, and you can either have the email pre-selected for marketing signups or not. If you have it as pre-selected, you're going to collect a ton of emails. So when they're checking out on the checkout page and they put in their email, it's pre-selected, then you collect that email to market to later on, and they've pre-selected that they're opting into the marketing. Now this one's kind of controversial. Some countries make it illegal to pre-select the marketing option checkout. Just check with your local laws. Basically just either collect a ton of emails with this or not, depending on your legal laws in local areas. Tipping, no one wants to start tipping anymore, especially online. Online tipping is crazy. But I get it if it's like a POS system, like they have Shopify in person, you might want tipping on there, but definitely not for online. People would freak out. Address collection preferences, we're just gonna leave both of these checked. This is the order status page, add scripts, other tracking, don't need anything there. Checkout language is gonna be English. We're gonna go ahead and hit save on the changes that we made. Since we're not really doing customer accounts, we're just gonna leave everything blank there. The next one is pretty important, shipping and delivery. So if you don't set up a shipping method properly, then there's actually some people that will not be able to check out on your store. So it's super important to have shipping set up. I can't tell you how many times people said, I had 500 visitors to my store and this many initiated checkout and no conversions. I was like, do you check your shipping settings? And they're like, I don't have any set up. I'm like, they literally can't check out. Like you get to the payment page and it won't let them check out because there's no shipping option. So this is very important is my point. There's general shipping rates. So what we're gonna do here is just click into this. Now you can set these to whatever you want. So shipping zones, this one is for the United States. We have all of these economy shippings with conditions saying, if the product weight is 0 to 5 pounds, it's gonna be $4.90 that we're gonna charge to the customer. I don't like any of these. I'm gonna delete every single one because we're doing free shipping across the board. Free shipping helps with conversion. People don't like paying for shipping. So you'd select whatever shipping rates that you have. If you're using Zendrop, which we're gonna talk about later on, it is about 5 to 8 business days. So we're gonna leave that there. And then the shipping price we're gonna have as free. A minimum price we do not need. We want free shipping across the board. So we just delete this. 0 minimum price, no limit. So this is what's going to look like at the checkout. Economy shipping, 5 to 8 business days, free shipping. So we're going to go ahead and hit done there, and we finish with that one. Now for international, it's a little bit different. It depends on what countries that you want to ship to. So you can edit these in here, edit the zone, add more countries. We've got all of them in right here. And if you want to ship international, I would leave this on. What I would do is go down here actually to add rate, and then I would use like a flat rate, and then you can name it whatever you want. You can do custom. It depends how long the product takes to get to your customer as an estimate. You want to have something right now. So I would put put for standard international is like a very common number of business days to ship a product out internationally. And then again, we're going to do free shipping with no conditional pricing on that one and hit done. So now we have free shipping in both the United States and international with different shipping times. You can update these obviously as needed or you want. All right, moving on to taxes and duties. First, we have to save this, make sure we save all of our changes, and then we're going to move on to taxes and duties. So taxes and duties depends on what country you're in, and I can't even legally talk about it. So we're going to skip over this. You have to pay taxes in most countries. I pay tax in the United States. So obviously you just save some money for tax and then get an account. I can't talk about it. Locations, we're going to leave pretty much blank. We don't need to do anything here. The shop location is in the United States. Gift cards, store credit. Don't want to do this. I don't want any gift cards given out. I just don't need it. Like if the brand gets bigger, then maybe. It's just like you don't really need gift cards, to be honest. Moving on to markets. Since my store is based in the United States, it automatically activates it. Basically just saying that people can check out with US currency. If we want to do international, you have to click into it. Then you're gonna have to click active, and then you need to save it. And now you'll accept payments from international currencies. So now we've got active 2 of 3. So we're good to go. There's 209 countries that are not in any of your markets though. So if you wanted to add every single country, you can check out on your store. And if you're able to ship to every single country, you can do that here. Apps and sales channels, we're not gonna talk about right now. We'll talk about apps later when we're building out the website. Domains is pretty important. So the domain is your Shopify website, right? So right now, this is my Shopify website. The customer would have to type in this address to get to my storefront. We don't like that. You need a custom domain, right? And you don't have to do it right now. You can do it later on when you're ready. But since we're doing a beauty tool store, I'll show you exactly how this would work. You click buy new domain, type in a domain example of what you'd want here. So ours is red light therapy wave. So it's like, say red wave. That sounds like communism coming actually. Let's not do that. Let's do red light session. Let's see if that's available. It's not available. Okay, let's do red light therapy laser. That's got to be available, right? Yeah, there we go. So now it says whatever you type in, try to find a good domain that fits for you. I really recommend going with .com as the domain, and you can buy it directly on Shopify. And if you're already signed up for your Shopify plan, it'll just bill directly onto that card that you used. It's $15 a year. Super easy to do it this way. You can go on GoDaddy. Sometimes it's cheaper. Usually comes out to like, I think like $8 a year on GoDaddy for a lot of domains. But on Shopify, it's just a bit easier because they do it all for you. It just automatically connects and like you're pretty much good to go after they collect your personal information. On GoDaddy, you kind of have to like link it up to Shopify. Just a little bit more of a hassle for saving $7. Up to you though, completely your choice if you want to do that. Here are the other options that are available. Again, we're going to want to go with .com though. Customer events, pixels. So this is where you'd add the Facebook pixel, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever platform that you're advertising on. And what a pixel is, I should probably explain. If you don't know, a pixel is a line of code that basically tracks information from customers going onto your website. So when you're running an ad on Facebook or Instagram and you've got your pixels linked up correctly, whoever clicks on that ad and comes onto your store, Facebook will receive that information and record it for you. So they can say things like, oh, you had 15 add to carts based on this campaign that you're running. You had 2 conversions based on this campaign, and they attribute it correctly. Pixels are very, very important because if you don't know where your traffic is coming from, if you're doing paid traffic, then you're gonna have trouble scaling it because you could be scaling the wrong one, or you could think this one is bad, but it's actually good, so you shut it off. So you really need to have that customer tracking. It is super, super important. We'll actually come back to pixels though later on. I'll show you quickly how to set it up. It's very, very easy. Moving on to brand. So this is where you can put in your brand coloring. You can do all of your default logos and things like that and your brand colors. We're not going to do that because we're going to build it from scratch. But if you wanted to keep them in a little file section here, then you can do that here. So notifications, this is what gets sent out to the customer, staff, and you. So you don't really have to change much here. It's pretty all automated for you. So like all the order processing, when the order gets labeled as shipped, which Zendrop does for you, then the customer will automatically get a notification that your order is shipped. So it's pretty much all taken care of for you, unless you want to customize them and make them like fun. Like if you're a red light therapy brand and you want to like send out a thank you note that says like, thanks for your purchase, like can't wait to see your new skin, or like whatever, right? Like if you want to customize that, you would just do that up here at the top right. It is good to do. It just makes your website a little more branded and have like a better feel to it. So it's not like something you have to do right now, but keep that in the back of your mind for later. So custom data is all the meta field stuff. Don't even worry about this right now, to be honest with you. It's not a big deal, especially when you're just starting off here. Languages are what languages that you want to have your store in, and you can add translations and stuff like that. So you can translate to whatever primary language that you want. There's also apps that will do it for you, and Google Chrome already does it for you. So not the biggest deal. I guess if you want to be extra sure, you can get that app. Customer privacy. This is where like the cookie stuff was right. So if when you get a website that pops up and it's like, oh, like we're going to track you, this is where you'd activate those things. This is all based on the country that you're in and the laws that are around those privacy things. It's a good thing just to have them always on. I'm pretty sure you have to right now. You might as well just turn them on. It's not a big deal. Now the policy section is kind of a big deal. So you have to set all of your policies before you can advertise on a lot of platforms, and you can get in trouble. These kind of just help you out. So return and refund policy, you can use all the Shopify templates. If you want to edit it in any way, you can. It's just their recommended refund and return policy. So you would hit publish there if you liked it. You're good to go. So we need to do our privacy policy. Also, they have another full template for you. Anything in yellow is something that you should look at if you want to read it and figure it out. Like if you're using really specific things, like enter it here or whatever, right? And it's like, if you're not using those things, you can just delete it, which is pretty much what a lot of those yellow marks are. So just look it over, but they give you a really good template to use. Then we're going to hit publish. Then we're going to go to terms of service next. We're going to do the same thing, insert the template, contact information, and all that stuff. If you want to enter your business address or a different email for customer service, you can do that all here in the terms of service. And this is pretty standard. Nothing too crazy going on here. We'll hit publish. Shipping policy. This is where you have to manually type it in. They don't have a template. Basically, you can say what your estimated shipping time is. You could just literally have something like United States shipping is, 5 to 8 days. International shipping is, what I have it at, 6 to 12, I think so, something like that. 6 to 12 business days. And then you can have like a tracking link if you want. You can say like track your order here, and it could be like the shop track link or something like that. And then just put in whatever the URL is, shop track link. But they get it through their email as well. So not super necessary. It depends what your supplier is though. So that's why it's important to use a good one, like Zendrop. So we'll publish that, and then our policy is set. Contact information is next. Again, just gonna use a template. It puts your name in automatically. You can put in your phone number if you want. What I like to do is get a Google Voice phone number. So I don't know if it's for every country, but in the United States, if you get Google Voice app, then you plug in your real phone number, and they give you a second additional phone number that's completely separate, but kind of linked to your phone number. It's kind of weird. So you get a second phone number that you can use, and that's what I use for all my business phone number information. And then you can put your address in here if you'd like. You don't have to. Also, what I do is a virtual mailing address where I send all of my business information and list all of my business contact info. It costs me, I think, $10 a month to have one. So it's not very expensive. You just get a business address virtually. It's kind of cool. You don't need it necessarily, but it is something to think about in the future if you're wanting to scale up your store and open more businesses and get legal letters sent there or whatever. So the contact information, let's just say we filled it all out. Gonna hit publish. Store activity log, we don't have to do anything. Okay, and then we are all set. Those are all the Shopify settings that you really need to change and think about. Again, if you didn't follow along step by step in this section, just come back and do it later. It's kind of a boring section to get into, but it is very important that you have all these settings set up properly. All right, so now before we go into the website build, we want to add our product onto our store. That way, when we're editing it in the theme editor, like our actual storefront, we already have the product in there and we can start seeing actually what it looks like. It's a lot easier to do it this way. So how we're going to do that is we're going to add Zendrop, and Zendrop will upload our product for us. If you don't know what Zendrop is, they're a fulfillment company, fantastic top fulfillment company for e-commerce and drop shipping. And they are a sponsor of mine, so they've got great discounts for you guys. You get a free trial, $200 in product cost credits. So the very first orders that you sell, you get $200 worth in product cost credits. So it's going to be essentially free to order those products up to $200. And then you get 50% off any of the premium plans. It's a good deal. So check that out in the link down below. And we can walk through this together, adding it and connecting it to your Shopify store. So what we're going to do is I'm going to log into the account here. And then once you sign up for your account with the link down below, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. And this is where we're going to actually search for our products and find it and then upload it onto our store. And what's interesting about Zendrop, we're going to talk about it for fulfillment later, but they actually own a lot of their own warehouses. So what you can do in the find product section is if it clicks from ship from anywhere, we're going to do from the US to get faster shipping. And so all these ones are faster shipping. And then you can go even further and say Zendrop fulfillment. So these are the ones that they have full control over. So they're usually faster shipping, full control of the supply chain. So if there's any issues with an order, or if there's something that you want to change about the product and maybe private label it when you're scaling it up, they can do all that with the ones that are Zendrop fulfillment, and they can do it with other ones if you're scaling up as well. Very, very cool. We'll talk about Zendrop more when we're fulfilling an order, but what we want to do first is connect our store. So at the top left, click on connect my store. And then we say, I already have a store, connect, since we already opened our Shopify store. Now we're going to go down to authorize, and then it'll take you to the Shopify app store. And then we're just going to hit install right here on the left. Now it takes us to this page where again, we just click install, and then we're adding the Zendrop app onto our store. So now it's connected, right? So it took us back to the Zendrop homepage, and you can see now my store is connected here. That's how easy it is. It's super simple. So now we're ready to actually upload our product. So whatever product you want, you can do the red light therapy if you want, or whatever product you need to. You type it in here. They have a great product selection for these types of products. So let's just do the cheapest one here at $10.58. Now it gives you product images and description already, and some of them are pretty good compared to AliExpress for sure. But here it'll actually like copy and paste all of this stuff for you for your store. But what's important is looking at the variance, the product cost, the shipping cost, and your total. Because remember, we were calculating that earlier on when we were looking at this product. So everything still checks out. We're going to click add to my products. Then on the left side here, we're going to go down to my products. You see the facial red light therapy, click review and publish. Now there's product tags already added for you, which is nice. It's just ways to organize it on Shopify. We've got the description in here from Zendrop. We're going to edit it a little bit, but they actually have really good descriptions compared to a lot of other fulfillment companies. So the variants here, we just have the white colorway, which is fine. You can change the sales price right here. What did we say when to sell for? I think it was $79.99. Yeah, so our profit margin is $62.87. That is obviously without Shopify fees and things like that, but that's just giving you a rough estimate of what your gross profit margin would be. Then in the image section, these are all the images that Zendrop provides for you. We're gonna go in and change some of these, but they're not bad images right off the bat, honestly. We're gonna hit publish to my store, hit got it here, and hit confirm. All right, so now the connection status is just publishing, and it just takes just a second here to upload onto your Shopify store directly. All right, it's linked. We're good to go. So our product is linked, which means now when we go back onto our Shopify store, if we click in the products, boom, there we go. Zendrop linked it for us. We'll click on it and everything got transferred. So the whole description of the product, all the images, all that stuff. So it's good to go. We got the product uploaded. Now we can actually start building out our custom store to make it look really nice and as converting as possible. All right, guys, now that our product is loaded onto our store, let's go ahead and start customizing the theme. So how to do this is go into your Shopify settings on the left side here, or the little drop-down page, and then we're gonna click on online store and then go to themes. From here, this is where we can start editing your themes. You can have multiple themes in here if you want. Obviously, you can only publish one at a time. So when you publish the theme, it's the one that is actually shown on your website to people or customers. So what we're gonna do is actually add a new theme. I don't wanna use the Dawn theme. So let's visit the theme store and grab one. I'm gonna grab a free theme so you guys don't have to pay for anything or worry about that. You can directly follow along step by step, which I highly recommend you do. We can get the full store built out together right here. So we're gonna go into the free section of the themes, and then the one that we're gonna be using today is gonna be called Taste. So scroll down a little bit and then hit Taste right here. We're gonna click on it, and then we're gonna click on Try Theme, and it's gonna upload that directly onto our theme or our Shopify store and editor. So now it'll take you right here, and then we've got the Dawn theme, and now we've got the Taste theme that's uploading right now. So it just takes a couple seconds. All right, it's now added, and now we can start customizing it. So let's do this together and hit customize, and let's start working on this theme. This is the theme editor. Let me explain it if you don't know what it is. On the right, or this section, I'm trying to like point at it. On the right, or this section right here, is where you can look at the live edits of your theme, right? So this is the homepage. Very simple, nothing here. We need to change all of this. Also at the top right, you can see mobile view and full screen view. So if a lot of customers are coming from your store on mobile, which a lot of them are, we can click on that view up here, and then we'll be able to scroll and see what they would see on their phone. I like editing in desktop. I like doing both, but it's just easier to show on like a YouTube video, but they translate to both. So if you edit something in desktop view, it'll also translate to mobile view. So on the left side here, you're gonna see all of the options to add stuff, remove stuff, change things, right? So you can see the templates. We've got image with text right here. They've got our latest. So when you click on that, you can change that to whatever you want. Same thing. Change to our latest, heading size. So you've got all the options right here. The little cog here is the theme settings where you can add your logo, your colors, all of that stuff, right? Which is actually the first thing that we're gonna do. But I just wanted to let you know that this is where you can change all of the extra information to make it as custom as you want or as unique to you as you'd like. So first we're gonna work on the product page. And to do that, at the top section here, these are all of your pages. So your checkout page, your cart page, whatever page that you want to start working on and customizing, you'd click at the top middle here, and then you'd select it. So we're gonna click on products and we're gonna click default product. That's the only one that we have right now. And you can see our product that we imported is already on here. We've already got the description from Zendrop. We've got everything, but that's about it, right? We've got the product photos, the price. You can click buy it now. We've got it ready to roll, but we need to update this. We want to make it more branded. We want people to come on our website and feel like it's a real website and not just plain like this. So at the top here is the header. We want to change this first. What we want to do first is go into the theme settings on the left here. Now we're going to click on logo. That's the first thing we want to change. We're going to select an image and put it on as the logo. And to do this, we're going to be using Canva. So I like to use Canva for a lot of this editing stuff. I use it for image ads, everything. It's like $9 a month. I know there's a free plan. I don't know what I can do differently on the paid plan actually, but either way, I use Canva for a lot of stuff. We're gonna create a new design. And so we're gonna do a custom size here for our logo. The width, I usually like to do 400 and the height, I like to do 200. I think that shows really well on the mobile themes on Shopify. So we'll hit create new design and let's start designing our logo really quick. So we're gonna hit create new design and let's start designing our logo and then upload it back onto Shopify. All right, so let's start designing it. First, we kind of need text. I like adding text in here and designing that logo this way. So let's add this heading and see if we can mess around. We need a name for our company actually. Let's do the skin plant. I don't know. We're just doing that. That's what we're going with. Obviously you'd make it to whatever your domain is probably going to be. We're just going to resize it a little bit here. Let's add a little flair to it. We need like a little logo above it. Let me just see if I can grab one real quick. In the elements. Give me just a second. All right, so I found this little beauty logo. Let's resize it. I think we're gonna see how this works, but I think I'm gonna do the left side of it. Let's go. Let's see how this works out. We're gonna leave it like this, and then we're gonna change this and spice it up a little. Let me look through a couple fonts. Give me 1 second. Okay, I added font in here and then I changed the skin to pink instead of black to make it stand out a little bit. Let's kind of close it up a little, center it, and then maybe let's add like a little underline through the bottom here. I'm gonna grab like a line maybe and throw it down. Let's change this to the same. Let's see how this looks. We're gonna change this line color to pink. Where's that line color? We're gonna do that one. Okay, this is what I'm going with. You can create your logo however you want. So what we're gonna do now is download it, and then we're gonna keep it the same size here and download it as a transparent PNG. So transparent background PNG. So download that real quick. And now we're gonna see how it looks on our store. So again, we went into this theme settings and clicked on logo, and then we're gonna select our image for the logo. So add images, click on the logo that we just created in Canva. It's uploaded, we're gonna hit done, and let's see how it looks. It actually turned out not too bad. All right, I'll take that. If you wanna make it a little bit larger or smaller, you can change the pixel size here for the logo width, right? So we can make this a little bit bigger. It's a little too big. Let's do like 150 maybe. 150 looks pretty good. Let's look at mobile. Yeah, I think that's a fine size. Skin plant. I like it. All right, so we've got our logo done. Now we need to start moving on to the other sections of the product page. All right, so right now, I don't really like looking at facial red light therapy tool. Like I want to change the name of this, the title of the product. So to do that, let's really quickly first change the product name and then come back to this build. So what I'm going to do is exit out of the theme builder. Make sure you're saved first if you're following along. And then we're going to go into the products. Then we're going to go into facial red light therapy tool. This is where you can edit the description and all of that stuff. So I'm going to change it to something like skin glow wand. And then I don't want all of this description. I want more of the description to actually be throughout the product page. I don't think it looks good how it is right now with all of this text. It's just too much. It's very overwhelming. We want it to be short bullet points, straight to the point, getting our marketing angles across, and then also have like pictures and sections that describe the product more. I don't like thick descriptions. So what we're gonna do is actually just delete all of this, all of the description that we have right now. And then I'm going to type something out really quick for the description. Give me a sec. All right. So we're minimizing the visibility of wrinkles, fine lines, dark circles, imperfections, dark spots, revitalizing and invigorating your skin in just 3 minutes a day, 3 times per week. That's what we're going with for the description. So now that we've changed both of those, we're going to go ahead and hit save. And then we're going to come back onto our theme store builder here. And now if we hit save, it updates. So we got the skin glow wand, and now the description is a lot smaller, right? So now I can start getting to work on this product page. I just like having the title of the product first in there before starting this. So now we are good to go. Let's start cleaning up this section of it. So what we're going to do first is remove the My Store. They don't need to know the vendor. I don't really know why they have that in there. It just takes up space. And then we're going to have the variant selector as white. Quantity, I'm going to remove this. This is very obviously product dependent. Like if you'd sell a product that you'd want to sell more than one of them. Right now, for this specific product, we're going to remove that. All right. So then we're now in the button section where we've got the buy it now and the add to cart. I want to change this up a little bit in terms of the theme. We might as well adjust the font and the color of the store to kind of get it to where we want, because this is very like standard. And to do that, you can just go into your theme settings. We're gonna go to typography, and then we're gonna click here. Let's do like a Cooper BT medium. I think is pretty, yeah, I think that's a good looking font, especially for like a beauty brand. Or hit select on that one. This is for the headings only as well, by the way. So your headings font and your body font can be different. For the body font, we're gonna change that one as well. And I think I'm gonna go with, I kind of already know these fonts off the top of my head. So Poppins, I think, is a pretty good one. It looks pretty modern. It's just a good looking font. So we're gonna select that one and we're gonna hit save to make sure we save all those settings. Now let's change some of the colors of the store. So we have to go back into the theme settings on the left here. Oh, sorry, we're already on the theme settings. So we're gonna minimize typography and we're gonna go to colors. So right now we are on color scheme 1. And what we wanna do is change some of these solid background button colors to match like more of the beauty vibe. So let me pick out a pink really quick. Okay, we're gonna use this color pink that I found. See how it looks? Yep, that's better. So we're gonna use that. And then let's see, the background of the entire whole situation here, the store, we can change that color right here. So I think we're gonna leave it at white. I think white looks pretty clean. It's nice for the beauty theme, but I wanna change stuff like this, like the announcement bar and any other accent colors that we're gonna do. So we're gonna go back into the color section here. Let's go into edit scheme 2. And we're gonna do like a creamish accent color for the background of some areas. So we're gonna choose this color, well, not that color, sorry. Pasted the wrong hex code. We're gonna choose this color, like a nice little like cream accent color. So we're gonna go ahead and hit save. We really only want to have 3 main colors in your store. White doesn't necessarily count as a color because it's on like a lot of these stores' backgrounds and things like that. So since that doesn't really count, we also have black and pink, and then we're gonna have the cream as well. Black doesn't really count either because like obviously your text has to be black, but we're gonna change the announcement bar and we're gonna make it scheme 2 is the one we changed. Or is it scheme 5? Oh, it was scheme 5. Yes, we're gonna use this accent color for a lot of our accent pieces on here. So we'll hit save now that we've got our font that we wanted and we've got the accent color kind of in place. So now moving on to the product area, the buy buttons, I'm not the biggest fan of square ones. I think they look old school. So we're gonna make a little curve to them. And to do that on this theme, you just go back into the theme settings, go back again, and then we're gonna go down to buttons. So now we can do like the thickness of the button, the corner radius, all that stuff, right? So what we wanna do is change that radius. Let's go to like maybe 14, how round the button is. I think that looks a little bit better. We're gonna, actually, let's go even more. Let's just see what 25 looks like. Is it too round? No. I think that's good. So we're gonna put it at 25. Sorry, that just is something that kind of bothers me. I like the rounded ones. So we're gonna keep that. Now the top is looking pretty good. We obviously need to change some of the photos in there and make them a little bit more branded. So let's change some of the photos right now. And then we're gonna work our way down and continue working on this. So to change these product photos, what I like to do is just grab them from a Zendrop or an AliExpress, throw them into Canva, remove the background, and then just add other elements to it and make it look a little bit better with text and things like that, or backgrounds. And that way it looks a little bit cleaner and a little more branded rather than like this really bare, very AliExpress-y type of photos, right? So we're gonna go back into our products here, back into editing this one specifically, we are gonna remove all of these photos and redo them. You don't have to do this. I like doing this. I just make them look a little bit better. All right, so I found an AliExpress image. I just removed the background, and now we're gonna throw a little bit of editing on this as one of our product pictures. I'm not going to do this for all of them. I'm just going to crank them out, but I'll show you how I do one of them. You can do them however you want, but this is just an example of how the process works, I guess, on Canva. So I'm adding some like stats and facts about it. We're going to keep Cooper BT as the font as well, so it matches on the website, right? We want both Coopers to match up. If you have one that looks different on your product photo and one that's different on your website, it just looks kind of weird and not as clean. I'm going to write something in here real quick. After use. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to put in another fact. Okay, premature aging. I'm going to say 100% would recommend to a friend. Okay, cool. I think that'll look clean. Now let's change the background color to make it look a little bit nicer. Let's go with one of those creams here. Boom. Okay, already looks way better than any of the AliExpress photos, so we're good with this one. That's just kind of the process. All you do is like remove the background, add it onto a nicer tone background, and then throw in some text and some icons and things that you want on them and clean it up, or put it on a specific background, and it just looks way better because now your text is matching the text that you have on your website rather than AliExpress text that looks super weird or things are misspelled. Taking that little extra time to do those things makes your website look a lot more branded. I'm gonna go ahead and crank out a couple of these and then I'll see you guys in a second because it's just kind of boring to watch. So with that being said, I'll be right back. All right, we're done here and I uploaded all the pictures. So the first product image is gonna be this one. This is what it looks like. It's just a simple product shot. Add a little shadow on there, and then we've got a 30-day free trial in the corner, matching the color background as well. And then for the second image, we're gonna be using this one that you guys saw me create. And the third image is just gonna be a nicer looking shot rather than from AliExpress that I found online. So that's all we need on that front. Now let's go back to building out the rest of our product page. Now that I looked at it, I completely forgot that I used this cream and not this one. I kind of like this one better. So we're gonna change the scheme really quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now it's looking way cleaner. My bad. Forgot which cream I was using. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit save. Now it's already starting to look a lot better. Let's change the announcement bar at the top here. We don't wanna say welcome to our store. That's just very boring. So to do that, we can just click it up here and then it'll go to the announcement bar section. We'll hit back. And then we have to click welcome to our store because that's what's under the announcement bar. And let's say free shipping worldwide. Could definitely come up with something else, but that's what we're gonna go with for now. Go ahead and hit save and then move on to the next section. All right, so I don't necessarily like how the products have this big border around them. I think it could be like smoother looking. Let's see if we can change this and make it look a little better. We're gonna go into the theme settings here and then let's see if we can find, let's see, oh, here we got some product cards. Oh, here we go. This might be it. That didn't do anything. Is it under content containers? That might be it. No, could be media. There's so many options in this thing. Oh, it's media. There we go. All right, let's make those a little bit roundier. Let's do 25 and see what that looks like. That might be too much. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm in love with it. Let's remove the thickness and see how it looks. Yeah, because then, okay, that looks cleaner. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. No little border there. I think that just looks better. Okay, so now we're good with that. Go ahead and hit save. Make sure you want to save your work along the way. All right, let's keep moving on here. We're getting further. So share feature, I don't really want to have the share feature. I just don't think it's like super necessary. So we're gonna remove that. Now we're gonna add some icons. I usually like putting icons right below the description. If we click into the product section, product information, and then we can add a block here under the description. We'll just click on add block. And then we're gonna do icon with text. So now we've got these icons down here. I like adding them there. I just think it breaks up the page nicely and looks good. So we're gonna come up with some 3 icons that we can post on here and then the text that will be under each of them. All right, so I just found a couple of quick ones on Canva that represent what I will be putting here. So I'm uploading them into the file section here. So we've got this kind of icon, like an anti-aging, glowing skin, and then waterproof, right? So those are the 3 icons we're gonna use. So for the first one, let's do anti-aging, hit done. Oh, I didn't do it with transparent background. Give me a second, guys, 1 sec. All right, I got the transparent background. I'm adding them in right now. So we're gonna select this one, drop it in there. And then for this one, we're gonna call it anti-aging. And let's maybe say like technology. Might be pretty good there. And then for the second one, let's do the glowing skin and then change that heading to glowing skin in just days. I'm making some crazy claims here, but I'm just putting this in for the example of the website. All right, moving on to the last image, the waterproof one, or let's say water resistant to be safer. Kind of like that they're all on like 3 lines. So let's do like water resistant up to 1 foot. I mean, I'm just making that up. The point is the structure of the website. So I like having those icons down there. And now that I think about it, we actually don't need the color because there's only one color. So it doesn't matter. We can actually delete that and then tighten up the space even more. So we've got the icons here. And then below that, I usually like to have collapsible drop downs of like questions. So to do that, we're going to be adding collapsible rows. You click in the product information box right here. We're going to go back and then click on add block. And then we're gonna click on collapsible row and we're gonna add 1 more of those. We'll do 2. And then I like to put in here like how it works. It's like information about the product. So let's do a question mark probably would be the good icon for it. This is where you put the row content. So you can put the description of the product, how it works, where you should use it, blah, blah, blah. So I'll just make it up. It works great. I'm not gonna fully type out a full thing. Just put the description that's kind of boring in that collapsible row. So when they click on it, if they wanna click on how it works, it'll open up and give them more information. And then for this one, we're gonna do 30-day free trial. And then for this one, what are we gonna do? Like a free trial, like a box maybe? Yeah. I think that's fine. 30-day free trial, good to go. Let's hit save before we forget. And then right below this, I usually like to add like a page break kind of thing. So we're gonna add a section here and let's do rich text. And let's just do like a 1-liner. So under rich text, we're gonna leave the big bold one and then delete the other 2. So here you can say something like flawless skin in minutes. And then heading size will be medium. That looks pretty good. Let's change this and we'll make it cream. Okay, that's good to go. Then I like to add like a little bit more description, right? So we're gonna throw in a multi-row here. So we're gonna add a section and then click on multi-row. And then you don't wanna do too many. I think 3 is kind of a lot, to be honest. So we're just gonna do 2. So we're gonna go here, I'm gonna click on the rows and then delete the 3rd one. So then we'll scroll down, it'll be like 2 more images in the descriptions there. It's already definitely starting to look pretty clean, especially better than it looked right in the beginning. All right, so what I wanna do in these 2 rows is add 2 GIFs here. 2 GIFs can be a lot, depends on how big the file size is. So we're gonna like make them a little bit worse quality slightly and then shorter clips. That way it doesn't like impact the page speed too much. And then I'm gonna add some descriptions in here as well about descriptions of the product. So, well, first let's actually just change the colors of these. I like it white, but then we're gonna have the accent. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks good. Now let's actually edit the content of the row, just again by clicking on it and then changing the caption. I don't like that little caption above, so we're gonna remove that. And then we're gonna say something like no more expensive facials. All right, let me just figure out a text real quick. And by the way, all the text that I'm getting, I'm actually just using Dropbot. So I'll show you guys that tool real quick. Generates like everything for you in terms of marketing, ideation, copy, text, all that stuff, marketing angles. Very powerful tool. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm literally just putting in like red light therapy wand and then picking out things that I need. So if I needed like skimmable header for the website or like a product description, like you just click it and then hit generate. And then it generates you a bunch of options on the right side to choose from. And so I'm just like copying and pasting those on the back end into there. So it's a lot easier that way. So you can take as much as you want or as little as you want for product descriptions here. And then I just like take little snippets of it and put it back into my store here. It just makes it a lot easier. I'll link Dropbot in the description if you guys want to try that one out. All right, so I just found these 2 GIFs online. I'm uploading them right now. Didn't want to take my time to create my own, but obviously you know what a GIF is. You just convert a video into a moving picture. So for this one, we're gonna put this one here. See how that looks? Probably gonna take a second to upload. There we go. That looks pretty good there actually. Now let's do this one. I can say something like, let's say dewy, clear skin. Now I need a little bit more description here. Copy and paste that from Dropbot. Let's remove the button labels. We don't need them. Remove this one as well at the top section here. Do a quick little walkthrough. We're not done yet, but let's do a quick little walkthrough. Yeah, it's definitely starting to come along, looking a lot more branded. And while we're at it, at the footer, let's change the color of this. Let's change that to the cream. Yep, already looks not as like harsh. Now let's add like a review section underneath the description here. So going over to this area underneath the multi-row, we're gonna add a section and we're gonna do like a rich text first. Yeah, let's do that. Oops, let's go back. We're gonna delete that and then let's just add like, don't take our word for it. We've got reviews. Cool. So we're gonna throw that in there, change this color scheme. And now below this, we are going to add a little slideshow of reviews. Actually, we're not gonna do the slideshow. That's gonna expand the images too much. Let's do a multi-column instead with reviews. And then we can remove this and then just add in the reviews right here. So let's just make up some reviews as an example. All right, I'll paste in that fake review, and this is from, let's just say Selena, and then go on to the next column. Let's put in like Nancy M. Paste in a review, let's add the third one here, and paste another review, and then boom, we are done. Oh, there's a related products section. We gotta delete this section. Let's see where it's at right here. Not visible. Boom, that tightens up that space. Now I've got our reviews in. We don't need this button label, so we're gonna remove that too. And then below this section, we're gonna add like a FAQ type of situation. So we're gonna put that in right here, and we're gonna do collapsible content. So we're gonna add that right here. Like, let's say it got questions, and then we're gonna fill all these in with like really common questions of what people might have about this. Okay, I just threw them in here. Change these icons to question marks. Just put a bunch of random questions. How often should I use it? Is it safe for all skin types? Blah, blah, blah. What does it feel like? That's what we should be putting right there. And then under the settings, we got to make this look a little bit prettier. So let's do for the container. I don't know if I can't just see these colors or what's going on. Is that cream? I literally can't tell if this is cream. Oh, that's why. There we go. I had to change the layout to the row container. Got it. Okay, now the creams are where they should be. That looks way better. I thought I was losing my mind there for a second. All right, so now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and hit save. All right, so there's one more thing I wanna add underneath this before we wrap up the product page here. I like having the guarantee because at the bottom, it just kind of makes sense. So what we're gonna do here is add a section. We're gonna do just the plain image with text, pop that in here, and then let's edit the image here and the text. All right, we love our skin wand, blah, 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 30-day risk-free. And then we're gonna say glowing skin guarantee. And then we're just gonna have to put an image. Let me grab one from the internet real quick. Boom, then we're good to go. And now let's take a look at our product page. Let's see what it looks like. Free worldwide shipping, great product images, looking pretty clean. We got the icons, flawless skin, no more expensive facials. It's looking pretty good on mobile. Let's look at the desktop version. Looks like it's got some nice branding going on, a lot better than just throwing your products up with AliExpress images. So the next thing we need to do is move on to the homepage. You don't have to do too much for the homepage, so it's not gonna take much time. Basically kind of just copy a couple of the elements here and move it on the homepage. And then we're pretty much done with our website for the most part. All right, so now since we've done the product page, we gotta move on to the homepage. It's not gonna take as long, so don't worry about it too much. You're gonna send most of your traffic obviously to your product page, not your homepage. So it's just nice to have. Obviously you need one, but nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. So let's update all of this. I don't know why they like automatically put this here. I don't like it. So what we're gonna do is add a section, and then we're gonna do a slideshow, I think is the first one that we want to have. We gotta move it up though, above the featured collection. We only want one image slide though. So we're gonna delete one of those. I don't really like the box there. So let's remove it. And now we're gonna do some of the text here to add on to the homepage. So just to let you know, it's like right below the top bar here. So let's just say something like, your best skin starts here, period. That's nice. Our subheading, again, just copying and pasting from Dropbot. And then for the button link, so if you wanna assign any links to your buttons, like we'd wanna obviously put this and assign it to our product. You just click on button link, products, and then skin glow wand, and then boom, now it's assigned and you are good to go there. So we'll save that. So now when someone clicks on it, it takes them directly to the product page. Now we need a background image. So let me just find one real quick. All right, let's just see if we can find one on Pexels. It's like a free image website. So I'm gonna type in beauty. All these are the vibe. Let's do makeup. It's kind of like a makeup. It's like skincare. Let's do skincare actually. All right, so skincare. Okay, let's filter by horizontal. Let's see which one looks good here. I mean, this one's fine enough. Let's see if this works. Obviously we don't have custom content, so like we kind of have to go with what we're working with here and what we can find online. Your best skin starts here. It's fine. If this was like white, it would probably be better. It's a little bit better. I don't mind it. Let's change the button though. Let's go back to that pink. Keep the button the same. Oops, that's the label. Wrong thing. That's supposed to be there. Outline of the button. Maybe white? Yeah, white's fine. Now let's scroll down to the next section. We want to still obviously make the homepage look pretty decent. Although, you know, people aren't going to really go to it too often, but we got to do something with it, right? Let's remove this section. We just don't need it. They already like automatically put it there for us. what we want to do is featured product. Since we're like a one product store, we're going to click featured product. We're going to select the product on the left, the Skin Glow wand. It's already all set up with the pricing and everything. Boom, that looks good. Now let's add like a little page break here and maybe like some questions slash like kind of social proof. So let's add a section. Actually, let's remove that share first. We don't like the share button. All right, now we're gonna add the section. Let's do rich text. We're gonna go back and remove this one and the button. And then we're gonna change this and then say like, what's your skin goal? And then of course, we're also gonna click back into rich text, change the color of it. We're gonna do cream on this one to break up the page. Now click back again, add a section below this one. Let's do like a, kind of like a multi-column. Yeah, let's do a multi-column below this. We're gonna delete the heading since we have it already above. Go into the column and let's edit it. So let's say something like, I want plumper, younger looking skin. Cool, and then we'll answer the question with our product. So we'll put in Skin Wand reduces fine lines and wrinkles. All right, let me grab another question here for the column. Okay, so I want to treat my acne and clear my breakouts fast. So like another feature of the product, right? It's kind of cool to have like what your like skin goal is. I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool. And then you have questions from like the audience and then obviously promoting your product to fix those problems. So we don't really need a button label. We're gonna remove that altogether. Let's see, secondary background, none. This looks pretty good. What does it look like with the scheme 2? No. What about this? No, I don't like the column background being gray. So let's go back to scheme 1. I think that's good. Cool. All right, and now below this, let's do like an our mission. Let's add a section at the bottom here and we'll do an image, not image, but image with text and do like a little kind of about us. Our mission. Let's add some text here. I'll just copy it, generate it real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. At the skin plant, we believe every woman deserves to embrace her beauty confidently and effortlessly. Thanks Dropbot for generating all of these. It saves me so much time. Like we could add a contact us up button. I feel like that'd be appropriate. Let's do ad block and then a button. Button label is gonna be contact us. Button link. Then we're gonna click on pages or policies, sorry. And then our contact information and a link to that one. Now let me go find an image that we wanna use here for our mission. What looks like our mission? Like how, like beauty, let's do like beauty. Let's do makeup team maybe. Yeah, like this is the people that own the website. Definitely. So we're gonna select image. I'm joking, by the way. I'm just grabbing random images from Pexels because it saves me a bit of time here. All right, let's add that in, get it uploaded. Boom, looks good. That's our squad right there. We're good to go. This is pretty much all we need, especially for like a one product store. You can make it nicer if you want, but not that many people like are gonna go on it. They're really just gonna go on your product page. All right, so we saved it. We're pretty much good to go. Let's see if we need to change anything else at the top here. Main menu, we will do that later on actually. All right, so the home page looks pretty decent. Let's look at the product page one more time to make sure we're kind of all set and done. It's looking pretty good. Not too bad. Cool. Honestly, looking pretty good. Obviously, the more that you invest into your business and more that you invest into your store, you can get more custom content and you can really beef up your website a lot. But we're just testing a product right now. So we don't want to just spend a ton of time getting a bunch of custom content and having like a photo shoot. We don't even know if the product works yet. And also we want to get it up as quick as possible and stop wasting time. So we're good in terms of building out the website, but there are a couple apps that I want to add on here, like reviews apps and things like that to really kind of make it look a little bit more legit. But in terms of the website structure, we're good to go. We're just gonna add those special apps onto here now. So I'll show you guys how to do that and which ones I recommend and the options that you have. All right, guys, now that we're done with the store build, for the most part, we're gonna add some special apps onto the store that are just gonna kind of beef things up a little bit. So we need a review app. Like I mentioned earlier, having reviews on your store is really helpful. It adds a little bit more of social proof, and reviews are actually pretty easy to get. You can pull reviews straight from AliExpress or other websites and just populate them onto your store. It's super, super easy until you start actually getting some real reviews yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through that. We're gonna be wanting to add an app. So how to do this is you just go on the left side of your Shopify homepage, click on apps. There's a good amount of review apps out there. So the ones I really like to use are either Judge.me or Looks. Looks, Loox, looks pretty good on your website. So we're gonna go with that one today. So we just type in Looks in the search bar up here and then click on the app. And then it's gonna take you to the Shopify App Store, which we've seen before when we installed Zendrop. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit install on this app. There's obviously, like with a lot of these Shopify apps, there's free plans and then there's paid plans. It depends on what apps that you're wanting. Obviously the paid plans or the apps that are paid typically are better than the free ones. The free ones, I mean, some of them are decent, but they make you like upgrade to get the better features on it. And a lot of the times the free ones don't look that great, but Looks has a free version, so we're going to use that right now. Let's just walk through the setup here real quick. So welcome to Looks. What's your store's primary language? English. Customize the colors and layout to match your store's look and feel. So brand color, we're probably going to go with that cream. All right, so I grabbed the cream color. Let's throw that in right here. It might be a little light, so we might have to change it later on, but for now we're just going to leave it as is. And then on the review widget section or the layout, you can choose how your reviews kind of populate on the website. So we've got this like alternating tile, we've got a straight row, and then we've got 2 columns with a straight row. This one's the most popular. It's totally up to you and like how you feel it looks like on your website. If it looks funny, you can always change it. We're gonna go with the most popular one right now. So Looks will automatically send an email out to people that purchase from you to try to get reviews from them, and then they post it onto your website. Depending on your shipping time is kind of when you should send out the review. So we're gonna do like 14 days after fulfillment. Hit continue. Offer a discount for submitting photo and video reviews. This is like an additional win back flow, essentially. You're getting the higher lifetime value of a customer that's already purchased. So yeah, you want to give them a discount. Sure, 15% if they submit a photo review and 20% for videos. Then they can come back and buy something from you again. And you also get a nice review. Now let's set up the referrals program. This is at the thank you page. So once they purchase from you, it says like give 10%, you get $5 off. It's fine to have. We're just going to add it on there. Depends on like the model of your business and like why people would want to be referring it, but it doesn't hurt. I don't really like having the on-site one like right off the bat. I think it's just like not super necessary. You can change the referral to whatever you want, right? If you can give out 20% and then they get $5 for doing it, totally up to you. We're just gonna leave it at the basic here. So now we actually have to add the script into our theme. So we're just gonna click enable. Now you can see on the left side, we got the Looks core script off, on. We're gonna go ahead and hit save. Then come back to the setup. Script installed successfully. So now it is on our website, right? You can play around with it. You can go into the settings of the appearance, integrations, orders, general, all that stuff if you want to change it, or, you know, switch up the plan or switch up the upsell and stuff like that. But for now, we're just going to leave it on as is, and then we're going to switch it up here on the product page and show you where to put those actual reviews. So we're going to go over to our product page now. I like to add the product reviews right above title. It's kind of like the first thing they see. So to do that, we're going to add the plus here on the template side, and then we're going to go over to apps. We want a rating widget. And now it's just giving an example of, you know, 1,234 reviews. So I like to place one right there. And then I also like to place one at the bottom of the actual reviews, right? So right around here, we're going to add a section, go into apps. So you have 2 options. You can do like the gallery, you can do cards. The product reviews widget one is the one that's like kind of the most popular, but it does take up a lot of space. Like it looks good, it's cool, but I kind of think these look are like a little bit more modern and sleek. Again, this is totally up to you though. Like whichever one you want to use looks best on your website, doesn't take up too much space, or if it looks too cluttered like this one, then just go with one of these more simple ones right here. I think these look cleaner, to be honest. But then you're just gonna go ahead and hit save. Now it's set up to put those reviews wherever you want. You can put them on the homepage too. You can have at the bottom, you can have your product ratings on the homepage as well, or this little like gallery one right here. Totally up to you on where you want to put it and customize it. So that's good to go. Let's just save it. Let's keep like all of the reviews. But now we actually need to upload the reviews, right? So we need to grab reviews. We don't have any right in the beginning. So we want to add some from AliExpress. We're going to go back into the apps. I'll just redo it. And then we're going to go to Looks reviews. And now we can see here that there's 0 reviews. Let's click manage. We're going to click import reviews. You can drag this button into your bookmarks bar on Google Chrome. I don't know about Safari. I use Google Chrome. So you can drag this and put it on your bookmarks bar. And then when you go to an AliExpress product page, you just click that button and it'll automatically upload it for you. It's actually a really, really nice tool. So I'm going to do that. So now we need to find some reviews, right? So we'll just look up red light therapy and see if we can find one that's the exact same product here. All right, so this one has 308 sold. So there's probably some reviews in here. Okay, we got 33 reviews. So now I'm just going to click import to Looks. It opens up this little like widget or window. Now we're gonna click on import to, and then we're gonna click on our product. How many reviews do you wanna scan? 20 or 100? Ratings, so you could do ones that are only 4 stars and up or 5 stars. I recommend 4 stars. All 5 stars just looks really sketchy. You can choose the countries that you want it to come from, translate it into English if you'd like, and then you can do only reviews with photos if you want that, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna upload 20 reviews. And then it's gonna ask you if you wanna reject or import them. We're gonna hit import, import, import. That one's got a photo, there we go. I mean, a good amount of reviews is like 20. I see people put on their store like 3,000 reviews. Sometimes, unless you're like a big brand, it just kind of looks weird. All right, so we got it, the import is complete. Now let's go back onto our store. Let's click on manage reviews on looks. We're gonna open this one. Yeah, so we got 20 reviews in there, 4.9 stars. Everything looked like it published. Let's make sure it actually works on our theme. So we got 20 reviews. Yeah, so that updated. We'll go to the bottom. And boom, here are our reviews. So these ones only came up obviously because they're the only pictures. But when you do this one, it comes up with the written reviews as well. You can basically curate them however you want and pick out the good ones and just throw away the bad ones. Totally up to you, but you definitely want to have some reviews on your store. So now we're done building our storefront, but there's one more app that we're going to want to add on here, and it's going to be Meta. You can also add Snapchat. You can add TikTok as well. This is for the Pixel though. So setting up the Pixel is a lot easier if you actually just add the apps on the Shopify store. So it's this app right here for Meta. We'll just hit install. Again, this is up to you. It depends on what platform you want to run your ads on, but we're going to be definitely installing Facebook because it is my favorite advertising platform. All right, so now our Facebook app is added on here. This is where you can do the Pixel. So there's 2 product comparisons. You can do shop and ads. So if you have an Instagram account that you're promoting your products on and you're posting pictures of your product and you want to link them, and you want to have like a shoppable Instagram, you would do shop with ads. Or if you just want to run straight Facebook ads on Ad Manager, then you can just do ads only. So we're going to do that for now and click get started. From here, you connect your Facebook account and then you add your business portfolio, and then terms and conditions you submit for review. I'm not going to go through those steps right now because we probably need to set up your Facebook account first. So we'll talk about that more on how business managers work, ad manager accounts work, all that stuff when we get to that section of the video. All right, guys, now let's move on to creating ads for this product. So I am a big fan of image ads personally. I think testing out image ads before video ads is a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper. And I think they're just severely underrated, to be honest with you. I've been running image ads for a really long time. My assigned marketing guy from Facebook was telling me like, you gotta start running these because they are popping off right now. They're way cheaper, all this stuff. And I've been running them ever since. Like image ads are just very low key and they're way easier to make. So we're gonna run some image ads for this product. I'll show you exactly my process into creating image ads, how you guys can crank out like 10 of them in an hour. And then after that, we're actually gonna set up the Facebook ad campaign. I'm gonna show you the strategy that I use. Very, very simple, especially in 2024. It's just really easy. So we're gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover everything on Facebook, what everything means in terms of the campaign setups, all that stuff. But first, we obviously have to create the ads. So this is the software I use to create all of my image ads. It's called creativeos.io. I'll put it down below in the description as well if you want to try it out. So what's great about this software is that they add 10 new image ads a day. And what they do is basically scrape the top e-commerce brands that are running image ads, which is all like the top brands right now. They scrape it and then they give you your own version as a template that you can put into Canva and then just export yourself and replace with your own product images. So it leaves like all the guessing and creative design out of it. It makes it so much easier. Like all you have to do, I'll show you. You just go into Canva. Like let's say you like this one right here. Click use template for new design. Boom, here's the example. And here's your version. So you just literally put in your own image, change the copy, and then you've got this looking image ad that this Huel brand is using. And they have a bunch of different like categories and before and afters and a bunch of like well-scraped brands. So like, let's say if we wanted to put this one here, which I honestly might use this one for our product. Boom, we just delete it. We put in our own image, we change the copy, and then we're good to go. Makes it so much easier. And then also they have landing pages, which is sick. So they have 50 landing pages in here right now that are pre-designed and ready to go in terms of templates. So like, oh, if I'm running like a plant store, you can just take this entire template, go on Figma, plug in your own copy and images, and then upload that onto Shopify and you've got this landing page. It's a great software. It's really popping off right now. A lot of people are talking about it. Again, it's creativeos.io if you want to use it. And I'll have a link down below in the description. But we're going to be using this today and we're going to be using Canva to create our image ads. So our goal right now is to create 3 image ads. We want 3 different image ads that we can test against each other on Facebook ads. Earlier, I grabbed some raw images of the products. We've got this one, we've got this one, and then we've got this girl, right? So these are going to be the 3 types of raw background remove images that we're going to be replacing on Canva with these templates. I kind of like the first one. So we're going to go with this one and see how we can get it to turn out. So let's take this one here, copy it. Now let's go with our theme colors. So first, let's actually just align this. Probably gonna change the background to that one color. Let me grab it real quick. Copy it, go back over to Canva. Here's the background. Okay, cool. Already looking better. So we need to change all the copy now. Don't change your life, just change your sheets. That just obviously does not apply to our product. So we need to figure out what to say. We need like a big header here and headline for our product. And then we're gonna wanna fill in these like kind of features of the product or like the benefits of the product. Hopefully kind of tying into the marketing angle that we want. Let's go with like acne as the first one. All right, so for that, we're gonna be using Dropbot. Dropbot is launching a new version of early access. It probably will be coming out by the time this video is actually out. Not too sure though. So red light therapy, and then the emphasis we're gonna put to treat acne. All right, so what we need is, let's grab marketing angles. Let's also grab skimmable header, maybe one of these. All right, let's see what we got here. Skimmable header, okay, marketing angles, tired of pimples on your face, blonde clears, acne, too long. We need something like a bigger headline here. Quick and easy at home therapy, zap acne, fast relief. I kind of like that one. So you click on this and this is a new feature. It explores further. But what's kind of cool about the new version is you can click like more professional, more casual, shorter, creative, logical, and you can keep going through iterations until you find something you like. So zap acne, fast relief. So we got that one. And then the second line from here is say goodbye to pesky pimples. Maybe just goodbye, because I think it'd be too long. So now that's good to go. We need to add some descriptive things about the product. What do we got in the description? Do we got any of the facts going on? Okay, anti-aging technology, glowing skin in just days, water resistant. We don't need this. We could put our logo here. All right, so we're uploading our logo in here at the bottom corner. So vegan, let's say anti-aging. I didn't do like my research on this product, obviously, so I'm kind of making this stuff up. Let's say like 1300 lumen or 1100 lumens, and let's say like 4-hour battery life, right? Wait, I need to change this from anti-aging to anti-acne. Makes more sense. Okay, 26 vitamins, minerals. What's like another hues? I guess, yeah, 26 hues to reduce acne. Add one is done. So we're gonna go ahead and download this one. Let's see, we'll save it as JPEG, quality 100, and page 2, download. All right, now let's move on to the second ad. Maybe the next one, let's focus on anti-aging, and we're gonna do a different format and a different style of ad as well. All right, so for anti-aging, we're gonna have a person, oh, here we go. That's just perfect. It's literally, okay, cool. That was the quickest find of an ad creative I've ever seen. All right, delete that. We're gonna grab the lady. That sounds crazy. I can't say that. All right, so we're gonna put it in here. Let's see if we can flip flop her around. Make it bigger, lower, that's good. What does this one look like? Face Pro, buy, okay, got it. So we need our logo again. Pop it in right here. And then let's actually just give like a, what do we call it? I keep forgetting what our product's called. Glow wand, right? No, what is it called? Skin glow wand. Okay, so we're gonna add that in here. Let's copy this. And then we're gonna have like a little buy. We could change these to Cooper to match the font on our theme. I think we should do that. We need this to be longer and probably smaller, honestly. Yeah, and then we're gonna say buy here. And then let's make this like 15. No, not both of those. Boom. And then I feel like we should lower both of these, to be honest. Yeah, let's put it there, line it up with that. Boom, glow now, pay later. Okay, let's say, oh, I actually have a good one. Glow now, age later. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I get that, right? Because we're glowing now, we're gonna age later. We could do like a 30-day money back guarantee here. Let's see if they have one. They do. Could we change the color though? No. We could do this one. Yeah, there we go. And let's do that pink probably. Stamp it up there. Let's see if we can change this to just more something about anti-aging. So let's plug it back into Dropbot actually. So let's say instead of that, we're gonna do to help with anti-aging. Heal sun damage and spots is kind of fire. Let's do that. So now we can actually change this to Cooper. I feel like this looks awkward. This part right here just looks a little funny. I like the rest of it, and maybe even having another cream background. I feel like this cream just kind of looks good. And then it matches our website, so they're used to that color when they come back on. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's try it though. I mean, I think that looks pretty good, to be honest. There's something about the logo. There's like the positioning of it or something is like awkward. How do they have it on here? Oh, they have it like a lot smaller. Okay, let's do how they do it. Let's see if that looks better. That's a little bit better. All right, anyway, there's ad 2. So let's go ahead and save this one. All pages, just page 2, JPEG, 100% quality, download, boom. So we have the second ad done. Now let's do the third ad. So we're gonna use a different marketing angle. And the reason why is we're testing 3 different marketing angles against each other in the beginning. So we're testing acne, and then we're gonna be testing anti-aging. And so we need a third one that we wanna test. We're gonna do sunspots is one angle, and then anti-aging / wrinkles is different, because sunspots are different than wrinkles. All right, so our third one is gonna be anti-aging then. All right, so this is the picture we're gonna be using for anti-aging. So let's take this. Well, first we gotta find the image ad that we wanna use. I'm gonna do a comparison one. But you guys get the point of how I'm making these ad creatives, right? Just using Creative OS, plug in the stuff, copying basically templates of the top ecom brands. I'm gonna go crank out a comparison of before and after real quick. All right, so here's the ad example for anti-aging. Here's the one for sun damage, and then here's one for acne. So these are the ones that we're gonna use to set up our Facebook ad campaign. All right, so I'm gonna download the last one here as JPEG. Now we're gonna go into Facebook. I'll show you guys exactly how to set it up. I'll walk you through everything in this very simple Facebook ad strategy. All right, guys, we're moving on to the Facebook portion of this tutorial guide. So I'm gonna break down everything that I know about Facebook in every single step of the way. We're gonna set up the campaign together. We're gonna use a super simple strategy that you guys can implement today if you'd like to. All we're really testing are different marketing angles for the same product with 3 different image ads, right? The idea is to test them and run them for a couple days and see what the results are based on the marketing angles. Which one performed the best, which one the worst. Whichever one performs the best, you can adjust your website to that marketing angle by adding more copy that emphasizes the angle. You can start creating new ad creatives. You can move into video if you'd like. But for now, we're gonna use a simple testing strategy that I use to this day. So if you don't know about Facebook and Meta and you're brand new to it, you gotta sign up for Meta Business Suite. Super easy to do if you have a personal Facebook account. Just go on facebookforbusiness.com, I think is what it is. And then you go to the Meta Business Suite, you click get started. You link your personal account on Facebook, and then they'll ask you to open up your business manager and then your ad account. And once you open up your ad account, most of the time it'll ask you to be verified first. So they usually have you submit your ID or something like that to confirm you're really who you are before you can run more ads. But once you get into your Facebook ads manager, once you get your account set up, you're gonna come to the ads manager screen like this, and we're gonna be able to set up our campaigns from here. So it looks pretty overwhelming if you are new to Facebook and advertising. There's just a lot of buttons and a lot of things going on. It's not as hard as it seems, especially nowadays. Facebook makes it a lot easier for targeting and ad strategy because of the new algorithm changes. Long story, but it's not as bad as it actually seems. So let's go through this ad strategy step by step. I'll explain everything along the way. So the first thing we're gonna do is click create. We need to create a new campaign. Your campaign options are awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, and sales. So these represent exactly what they say. Do you want to get traffic onto your website? You might be thinking the answer is yes, but it's not because that is just doing that. It's just sending it to people that are only gonna click on your website. Maybe you'll get a sale, but they're not optimized for people that are purchasing. They're optimized for people that just click stuff and leave. Same with awareness and engagement. Leads is different, obviously, if you're running a lead business. App promotion is different as well if you have an app or software that you're trying to promote. But you always want to choose sales. It's going to tell Facebook, look for people and show the ad to people that make purchases from other advertisements online. That's exactly who we want. We want people to come onto our website and purchase from us. So we're going to click sales and hit continue. Now there's 2 options. You can do Advantage Plus shopping campaign where they kind of set up everything for you. You can do manual sales campaign. Both are good. So the difference between the 2 though is Advantage Plus has like pop-up landing pages that are pre-built for you, or you can, I guess you can adjust them, and they're like have shoppable campaigns as well on like Instagram and stuff like that. I like to do manual, especially during the testing phase. Once you've really built up a brand and following on your social media pages, Advantage Plus can be good. But in the beginning, if I'm just testing a new brand and a new product, we're gonna be doing manual sales campaign. So we'll click on that and hit continue. So campaign name, this is where you name the top level of the campaign. And if you're brand new to Facebook ads, let me give you a quick summary of how the levels work. So you can see on the top left here, we've got the sales campaign, we've got the sales ad set, and we've got the ad level. The campaign level is only like a few options. We're gonna cover them. But it's the campaign overall. Underneath that is the ad set level. You can have multiple ad set levels. You can have 1. In this strategy, we're gonna be using 3. And on the ad set level is where you do like the interest targeting, the age demographics, what people are interested in, the placements of your ads, whether you want them just on Facebook or Instagram. And then below that is the ad creative level. This is where you actually upload the videos and the pictures, and then you would write down what copy you want in those advertisements. I just wanna let you guys know that that's how it's structured. So the top is campaign, ad set level, and then ad creative level. Again, I'll cover all this in this step by step here. So the campaign name, you want to name it something that you're going to remember. So this one's going to be red light therapy test. So our test is 3 angles with 3 image ads. So that way, if I ever come back to this campaign, if I was running it, then I'd be like, oh, this is the one where I did the 3 and the 3 angles or whatever. You can get as descriptive as you want, but I just make it really clear, because on my main ad account, I have like 4,300 campaign lines, I think somewhere in that range. So it gets a little messy. So you got to kind of label them correctly. Special ad categories, we're not doing anything about housing, social issues, politicians, anything like that. So we don't need to do that. Buying type, auction, it's the best way to do it. The campaign objective is sales. We're going to leave that as is. Use a catalog. This is where you can link a catalog of products. So if you had like shirts or something on your Shopify site, it's linked onto Meta, because remember we downloaded the Meta app earlier. You can like pull those catalogs in, but we're not doing that. We're just testing a 1 product store right now. A/B tests, we're not going to be doing that right now. A/B tests is where you can do test variations of campaigns against each other and things like that. What's important is advanced campaign budget. If you're brand new, this is a little bit complicated one. Advanced campaign budget, which used to be called CBO, was campaign budget optimization. And how it works is you set a budget for the day. Let's say you turn it on, you say $100, right? Or $20. That $20 is going to be distributed down through the ad sets and then through the creatives underneath them. It's going to distribute those as Facebook sees fit, right? So it has a budget of 20 and it says, go disperse it under each of those things, how you think it's going to perform the best. It sounds good in theory, and it's good later on down the road, but right now I like to give each one a fair test for the marketing angles and allocate certain amounts of money to each one that is guaranteed to spend. Because sometimes if you turn on an advanced campaign budget, one of the ad sets and one of the creatives will just get like $10 and the other one will get like 95. And then it's like, well, they're not really comparable because they didn't spend the same amount of money. So for testing, I like to leave this off. I hope that explanation made sense to you guys though. We don't need to do any of this right now with reporting. So we're done on the campaign level. It's that easy. And now we're going to be moving on to the ad set level. So on the ad set level, this is where we're going to establish our budget. Again, for this strategy, we're going to be doing 3 ad set levels with all the same targeting and then 1 creative under each of those, which is each of the marketing angles. As I say it out loud, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. Once you finish this, you'll get it. This is how we're going to differentiate though. So this is going to be angle 1, which is anti-aging. Since the ad set level is going to be the same for all 3 of the ads that we're testing, we're going to go through this one first, and then we're going to duplicate it twice. All right, so for the conversion, this is the location. We want to send them to our website so they can purchase. We're going to leave it as website. Our performance goal is to maximize the number of conversions. You want to leave that as is. You want to get as many sales as possible. Now, this is where you add your pixel. And if you haven't created your pixel yet, you can create it here if you'd like to. What you do is click create new pixel. You name your pixel, and you could say red light therapy, whatever you want your store name to be. And then you're going to go through this process of setting it up. So you type in the name, the domain of your website, and then you click write code now. And then, so what you want to do is meta pixel with a conversion API. Now it's going to take you to this one. You do check for partner because Shopify is a partner with Meta. So it makes it super easy. Then you'd click on Shopify. So you'd install the Facebook and Instagram sales channel. It tells you how to do that right here. You go to Shopify and then you choose how to share your data with Facebook. And it's just basically you say share all. It connects this pixel ID to your Shopify store, and you just want to make sure that's correct. You verify the connection, hit OK, confirmation, you are good to go. It's all super easy to do on the Shopify app. So just walk through that first if you haven't done your pixel. All right, so we're going to select the pixel that we want to use to run, and then we're going to select the conversion event. For this one, we're going to be doing purchase. We want to track purchases, right? So the pixel tracks the data, but it's not, it optimizes for certain types of events over others. So we want to optimize for purchase, and we want them to record as many accurate purchases as we can, which is why we click the conversion event as purchase. If you're brand new, you might have to set up the conversions, because if you set up your pixel correctly, you probably won't see this, but if you set it up incorrectly, you might see this. And you set up the conversions in the event manager, but we don't need to do that. Cost per result goal, I never like to use this. This is saying what amount of money do you want to spend per purchase? I never put it in here. It doesn't work for me. I do know a couple people that it does work for. I can't get it to work. I like to let Facebook just spend and try to figure out the optimal person to send my ad to. We can click on show more options. We don't have to change anything in here though, so we're actually going to leave that down. This one you can provide like extra creatives like images, headlines, all that stuff, and it'll automatically optimize them and generate combinations for you. It's good to do. We're not going to do it for this strategy. It just depends on what you're doing. Right now we're going to keep it really simple, really straightforward. So we don't want to get all too fancy right off the bat with that. Going down to budget and schedule. So a good rule of thumb is you want to spend at least 3 to 5 times your selling price of your product on advertisements if you are doing paid advertisements. If I'm selling this product for $80, I want to be spending anywhere from $240 to $400. It doesn't mean you do it all at once. I'm not doing $400 a budget on this per day. It just means total to give it a fair test. That's a good rule of thumb. We can keep it simple and do $10 per ad set, and we can run it for longer to get that data. That's the only difference, is it just takes longer to collect more data. Obviously you're spending less money, less traffic, so you don't get as much data to look at. So we're gonna keep each ad set budget at $10 a day. So we're gonna be spending $30 a day is how this campaign will be set up. Start date, keep it to whatever you want. Budget scheduling is where you can set up your ads to run at specific times or increase your budget at certain times during the day. You're not going to want to do this in the beginning because you don't have any patterns or historical evidence that people purchase a lot at 8 a.m. So we don't really have that yet. So we're going to leave this blank as well. Now we're going to go down to audience controls. This is where you put in the location and things like that and the age. I recommend selling to the top 5 consumer countries, in my opinion. These are like typically kind of the best for online sales. Totally up to you, like wherever you want to advertise, whatever product you're selling, it's up to you where people would be purchasing. But I like to do these 5 usually. Minimum age, we're going to leave at 18. If you go under, it's just like you get cheaper traffic. It's not as quality. And there's more restrictions with it and the way you can advertise. Exclude these audiences. You don't have to do anything. We don't even have data yet. But if you wanted to, you could say, don't show my ad to people that have clicked on my ad and not purchased and stuff like that. That takes time to build up, and you can do that with your pixel. But honestly, it's not a big deal. Like I never really exclude audiences. So moving on, we can switch up the languages here. We're gonna leave it at all languages because most of them are English speaking in those countries. So you can click on Advantage plus audience, and their ad technology automatically finds your audience. If you share it, they'll prioritize that audience before going more wide. I like to just leave it on and broad. Everyone is going broad right now. That's like the strategy change forever. I mean, the last couple of years, you just go broad, no interest. Don't type in Starbucks. Don't type in whatever, like skincare, anything like that. You let Facebook's algorithm find the people for you. The only things I really recommend changing if you need to would be age. So 18 to 65, you could change it if your product is only for 60 plus. Genders, maybe if females buy the product more, you could switch it just to females. Placements, we're going to leave on all of them. If you want to, you can do manual placements and say, only want it to show on Instagram Reels. So you'd click off all of these and then just show Instagram Reels. Typically doing that, it's more expensive to advertise. So I like to use all of placements, and then it figures out where to put your ads best and where the results are coming in the best. We can talk about the right side because I get a ton of questions on audience definition and audience size and the estimated results. Completely ignore the daily results estimation. It means nothing. A lot of people, it'll show up as 0. It does not mean anything. It's way off. Estimated audience size is something to kind of pay attention to. You do want a larger audience size nowadays. So this is very large, 200 to 234 million. That is a large size and it's totally fine. You don't want to get it really too small and define the audience because it doesn't give Facebook room to breathe and find the correct people that it should be showing your ad to. So we're going to leave it as is, but I just wanted to cover that. So we're done with the ad set level now. So what we need to do is duplicate this twice. So we're going to click duplicate, number of copies, 2 copies, and boom. So now we have anti-aging, angle 2, acne, angle 3, which will be sunspots. So you can see how this is structured now, right? So we've got the campaign level, ad set level, which is the way we're describing the marketing angle to label it properly. Another ad set level, another ad set level, and then creatives underneath each of them. The creative level is where we're going to put in the ads and then upload the copy or write the copy down and then get ready to post them. All right, so let's do the first ad creative. All right, the ad name, we can just put an image ad 1 for acne. Partnership ad, no, we're not doing a partnership ad. We're not running it with another creator. It's basically like a Spark ad, if you know what that is. Facebook page, if you don't have a Facebook page or an Instagram account, you at minimum have to have a business Facebook page. It takes like 2 seconds. You literally just add a Facebook page on your business manager, on your Meta business suite. It takes no time at all. So if you haven't done that, do that really quick and then come back. And Instagram account is preferred. And if you don't have an Instagram account, you should open one because you get a lot of followers just from running ads. So you should connect it to that account as well, but you don't technically have to have an Instagram account. All right, so now we're gonna create the ad. For the creative source, we're gonna do manual upload. And then we're gonna click on single image or video. Carousel is 2 or more scrollable images or videos, the ones that you can swipe through. I like doing carousels. I don't like necessarily doing them right in the beginning. It just depends on the product. But to keep it simple, we're doing single image. Collection is a group of items that open into a full screen mobile experience. I don't really like those, to be honest. like single image or video or carousel for testing. So, but we're doing one image today. So we're just doing single image. Multi-advertiser ads. They can appear alongside ads in the same ad unit to help people discover products or services. That's totally fine. Ad sources. We don't need to add this. So now what we want to do is add media. So now we want to add that image ad creative that we made for acne. So we're going to do that here. Click on add image. All right, so I upload the image and now this is going to ask you what kind of format you want to have everything. Right column. We could do original. No, for the right column, you have to do that one. It's never going to show up on the right column though, to be honest. Just put it original to be safe. Original for feed, stories and reels, it's going to be cropped like that. Because if we go this way, it's going to be all zoomed in. So you can edit them yourself. Original is not bad though. I think low key original on a 9:16 format is more of a scroll stopping thing than it is to have it fully played out. It's like easier. I don't know why. It's just, that's the way I think about it lately. We're gonna hit next. We're gonna hit done here. This is just like optimizations that Facebook likes to do. We can turn our ad preview on here at the top right. Now we can see what it looks like. This is how it's gonna show up on Instagram feed. You can just basically make sure everything checks out. This is what's gonna look like on stories. And now we need to add some copy for it. So we need the primary text and we need headlines and a description. So the primary text for this one is acne related, right? So let's go back onto Dropbot. All right, so I like this one right here. Let's define it a little bit further though and see if there's any better headlines. We're gonna take this as the headline. We're gonna plug it in right here. The primary text kind of goes above. It's kind of like misleading. So we're gonna put zap away those pesky pimples, or we're gonna remove the headline. So the difference is like primary text goes up above here, and then the headline goes right here on some formats, like on Facebook and stuff. I think it's fine to have them the same. You can switch it up because it doesn't really affect the ones that more people are gonna see it at, or like the areas. So we're gonna have it the same for this, and then we're gonna need a description. So let's just grab the rest of the description from Dropbot here. Our red light therapy one uses safe targeted. Yep, that's good stuff. And now it shows up as the description. If we click on advanced preview, we can see more details on it. So when you click on more on obviously some of the descriptions, it'll give you that full description of our product that we added in here. And you can do things in here like, you know, add emojis or get more creative with it. You can try to more hit home on the marketing angle that you're going for. I think that's important in ads. But a lot of people are just looking at the main ad, to be honest. Like not a lot of people are looking at the description. A lot are more just looking at this headline right here. Zap acne, fast relief, goodbye pesky pimples. That's what people see first, and then they decide right in that moment most of the time if they want to click on the ad or not. So we'll plug in our description, and then our next is our call to actions. That's the button and the title of the button, right? So we don't want to do learn more. We want to do shop now. It's the most common one. People are the most used to it. We want them to shop now and have that mindset of going onto our store and wanting to purchase this product from us. And then we're going to scroll down to info labels. You can add info labels on here and say like how many likes your account has and stuff like that. I mean, if you're a beginner, you're probably not gonna have any of that. Plus, I don't really use it, so you don't need to do anything about that. We're not gonna A/B test right now. We're not gonna add manual discount codes or promo codes. And now we're gonna go down to the destination, and this is where you type in your website, the landing page for your product. It's very, very important to have the product page, the product landing page, as the one that people are going to. So redlighttherapy.com, whatever our domain is, right? Well, it'd actually be /product and wand or whatever. So we want that URL in there directly to that product page where they can make their decision to purchase on your website. Display link, I don't change it. I think it looks weird if you do that. Languages, we're gonna leave it off. Tracking, metapixel, this is where it just says, you know, you're tracking with your pixel. Mine is not active on this account. And then we are done with this one. So we have to do the same process with the next two. This one is completely done though. The acne angle is done. We're good to go. Now we're gonna do anti-aging. Go through the exact same process. I'll do it real quick. All you have to do is click manual upload, doing the same steps. We're gonna do the anti-aging one now, the before and after. For the reels, we're gonna do original. It's not gonna show up in certain locations, but that's fine. We're gonna hit done. Now let's do a primary text. We're gonna use Dropbot for that one real fast. All right, keep looking young and fresh with a quick wand session. That's kind of fun, sounds magical. Primary text there. Headline, again, we're gonna do the same. Now we need a description for the product. Let's do that. Let's just take the first one there from marketing angles and plug it into the description. Boom, shop now. Sorry if I'm speeding fast through these again, but it's the same exact process. We'd add in the link and then boom, this one is good to go. Well, we also actually have to title it. So this one's anti-aging, image ad. Boom, do the third one with sunspots real quick. Angle 3, sunspots, manual upload, single image or video, add the media, add image, upload. Glow now, age later, pop that in. Primary text, go back to Dropbot. All right, for reducing sunspots, we'll put in there as the emphasis. We're gonna take this one here, plug in the headline and the description. I'll grab from the remainder of this. Boom, pop it in there. Shop now, website, boom, we are good to go. So we've got all 3 image ads set up and ready to roll. They're gonna be testing against each other. So in this example, it would be $10 a day. So the acne angle and image ad will get $10. The anti-aging one would get $10. Sunspot would get $10. I'd probably run it for like 5 to 7 days and then see the results to see which angle actually was performing the best, which one got the most clicks, did any of them get conversions? And maybe sunspots was the best one. Now I'm like, okay, sunspots is a great angle. Let's make more image ads. Let's make some videos for it. Let's update our landing page to represent, you know, solving the solution of sunspots. Erase all the beauty stuff. Let's do only sunspots and really just put all of those puzzle pieces together, and they'll start converting at a higher and higher rate. So all we would do now is hit publish, and then we'd be done with that advertisement, and we'd let it run and monitor it daily. I will cover really quick what these kind of mean, or like the most meaningful ones. So results are obviously like how many purchases we got. Reach would be the number of account centers that saw your ad at least once. The frequency is how many people saw it on average more than once. This is a metric that you want to look into, because once it starts to get above 2 as a frequency, and on average people have seen your ad twice and they haven't clicked, it gets a little bit fatigued. So your ads can get fatigued. They don't just run forever. You have to update them every couple weeks or so. If you start testing your product and it starts going well, and you're making some sales, and then you notice it starts trickling off and getting less and less sales, I would look at your frequency to see if it's getting too high. Cost per result is going to be on average how much you spent to get a purchase. Budget, you already set that at the ad set level. Amount spent total. Ends, it's ongoing, so we're only ending it when we turn it off. Impressions, the number of times that your ad was on a screen, that is different than reach. CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. So if you're getting a CPM of $10, it costs on average $10 to show it to 1,000 people, or show it on 1,000 screens, I should say, technically. Link clicks, obviously how many link clicks that you have on the ad. Cost per the link click, pretty important. Click-through rate is a good indication metric to look for. If you have a higher click-through rate percentage-wise, like above 3 to 5, then it means you have a pretty good ad. People are wanting to click on it that have seen it. The click-through rate is impressions to click. So the higher the percentage of that, the better your ad is. The more people saw it and clicked, not just saw it and scrolled past. All right, so now those ads are set up. The next thing that we want to talk about in this tutorial is fulfilling your orders. How do we actually get the order from the warehouse to our customer without touching it? All right, now let me show you exactly how to fulfill the orders once they start coming in. All right, so now we're back on our Shopify account, and if you click on orders, that's where they will show up. So I just put in a draft order right here to show you guys. So we've got order 1001. We've got my name in here, and I purchased a Skin Glow wand. But how do we fulfill this order? How do we get it to the customer? We're gonna go back into our apps. We're gonna click on Zendrop. It's gonna take us to our Zendrop account. Since we've connected our store, that order actually showed up here. So we'll click on it. It's order 1001, customer is Austin Rabin, received it. Zendrop payment unpaid, order status fulfill order. All we have to do, this is how easy it is to use Zendrop. They take care of all of the shipping and handling for you. It just gets directly delivered to the customer. All you have to do is pay for that order. But again, if you use the code down below, you get $200 in product credits when you sign up. So this order would technically be free for me. So on the order status, you click fulfill order. I don't have any credit in this account, but you could use the credit with the $200 product cost credit if you had it. And then you'd click fulfill order, and then you are literally done. That's all you have to do. So what you can do if you are getting a ton of orders is you can do auto fulfillment. So you can turn that on, and it will, I don't want to turn it on. It's going to fulfill this order to myself. You can turn this on, and it will actually automatically fulfill all of the orders for you the next day. So you don't have to go in and do this. You can if you want to. Auto fulfillment is really nice though. It's a great feature. And that's literally how easy it is to use Zendrop for all fulfillment. It just takes 2 seconds. And what's great about it is not only do they send the product out to the customer, but they send information back onto your Shopify store, telling the customer when it was sent out. And then Shopify will mark it as paid and mark it as fulfilled. And they'll send them notifications saying, hey, your order has been shipped. You don't have to do anything. This basically can automate all of your fulfillment so you can focus way more on marketing, which is the most important aspect. Now, also, once you start scaling up your store, and let's say you're doing 100 orders a day, and then you want to do private branding or bundles or boxes, you can do all of this through Zendrop as a supplier. So if you want private branding on your products, you go into the branding section. If you want bundles and boxes, you'd go in the bundles and boxes section. You could really just fully brand out your Shopify store. They basically just have everything that you need to get it up and running. You also have your dashboard on here. It keeps track of all your sales, your costs, your revenue, your fulfilled orders, everything like that. So you don't necessarily have to have your own personal finance sheet. So that's how easy it is to fulfill your orders. I don't have too much more to say about it. So if you want to use Zendrop for your order fulfillment, I'll have a link down below in the description. You get a bunch of free bonuses, $200 product cost credits. You get 50% off all premium plans if you upgrade to those. All that stuff is located in that link down below. All right, guys, that's it. We went from start to finish, A to Z. Hopefully you did it step by step and you just didn't watch this thing on the couch. That would be a kind of a waste of time. If you did make it this far, I'm assuming you followed along step by step. So hopefully you guys are ready to roll now. You feel more confident going into Shopify and building these stores, and you kind of got the lay of the land. Now, of course, I have way more in-depth videos on each of the subjects on my channel. So if you want to learn more about ad strategy, or if you want to move into TikTok ads or something like that, all of that stuff is on my channel in addition to this video. So make sure to check those out. And also, if you want additional private course videos, I'm giving away free AI stores. So you can get one of those down below in the description as well. You get a free custom store built by AI. You also get 35 additional private course videos with me and like my ecom theories and strategies that I don't post on YouTube. You also get a bunch of resources in there, like financial sheets to keep track of things, influencer outreach scripts, supplier scripts, a list with an additional 200 winning products already on it. All the suppliers are vetted for it. Basically a bunch of stuff to help you guys out with e-commerce. So make sure to take advantage of that if you're interested in it. Again, it'll be in the description. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I feel like if you've watched it this far, I've probably spent over an hour with you. I don't know how long this video is, but thank you so much for watching, supporting my channel. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it made sense to you guys. I'm going to be doing these probably quarterly, so I'll have some updated versions, newer strategies, all that stuff. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.